Okay guys, so yesterday we completed with PGBP head, okay, and we are going to start with a new chapter today, agricultural income. After finishing the agricultural income, we are going to start with capital gain. Okay, see, in the agricultural income, see, it is not a topic per se, but it is a concept which we have to do in order to solve the main questions, because sometimes in the main question there are adjustments regarding agricultural income. When you will calculate the tax liability, at the time of calculating the tax liability also it has an impact on the calculation of tax liability. And we all need to know that what is agricultural income, because this is an income which is constitutionally not taxable under the Income Tax Act. Because when I took your first lecture, that time only I told you all that agricultural income, other than agricultural income, on all the incomes who will charge tax, central government as per the Income Tax Act. Okay, so agricultural income is kept outside the purview of Income Tax Act because of that entry number 82, right? So still our government some or the other way finds the way to levy a little bit more tax because you are earning agricultural income. So that particular concept is partial integration that we are going to study. So three concepts we are supposed to study, three concepts in agricultural income. Number one, we are going to learn the definition of agricultural income. Definition. Number two, we are supposed to learn the concept of composite income. And number three, we are supposed to learn the concept of partial integration. These three things we are supposed to learn properly in this, concept of agricultural income. See, why we are supposed to learn the definition? Because agricultural income is exempt from tax, 10 subsection 1. So it must be clearly defined that which income earned by the assessee will be treated as agricultural income. Because if we will not define that what is agricultural income, the assessee will try to call all his income as what? Agricultural income. Or try to connect his activities with agriculture so that his income is treated as what? Agricultural income, whereas it is not so. Getting my point? So it is very important to define agricultural income. So the definition of agricultural income is given in section 2 subsection 1a. Whatever income which we are going to learn in the definition, only that income will be fully exempt as per section 10. So you get the exemption for agricultural income under section 10 subsection 1. But which incomes you will call agricultural income so that they can be exempted under section 10.1. Okay, that we are going to study. Now there is a second concept of composite income. In the composite income, see, you are doing two activities. You are doing the activity of cultivation also. So you are cultivating some farm produce. By cultivating that farm produce, now you are using that farm produce as a raw material. Raw material in your own manufacturing process. So you must be having some manufacturing process, you must be manufacturing some goods. Okay, so manufacturing process resulting in some finished goods. But to manufacture these finished goods, you need raw material. That raw material yourself you are growing. So the assessee is not doing one activity, assessee is doing two activities together. He is manufacturing something, but to manufacture that thing, he needs raw material, which is an agricultural produce. But that agricultural produce, he himself is growing, he himself is cultivating. So for example, if I am there, okay, I want to manufacture potato chips. So to manufacture potato chips, what will be my raw material? Potatoes. So I will be myself growing potatoes, bringing it in my potato chips factory and converting that potatoes into chips, packing them and selling the potato chips. Getting my point? So I'm getting one income by sale of potato chips. But that one income which I am getting, no, that income I am getting by selling the potato chips only, manufacturing and selling the potato chips. No, I am cultivating also the raw material for this manufacturing business. So I am involved into two activities. One is my agricultural activity, another is my manufacturing activity. Both activities combined together, I am earning one income. So how much out of that income will be treated as my agricultural income will be exempt, and how much out of that income will be treated as my PGBP income related to my manufacturing business? Yes or no? That we have to learn that how to segregate that. Okay, so that we are going to learn in composite income. Then there is a concept of partial integration. In partial integration, what happens? Your agricultural income is included in computation of your total income. So whenever you are going to calculate your total income in the computation of your in the included in total income to determine your tax liability. To determine tax liability. So whenever you are going to calculate the tax liability, at that time, don't calculate the tax liability only on total income. If certain conditions are fulfilled, you have to integrate, you have to include your agricultural income in the total income so as to calculate your tax liability. Now when that will be done, how that will be done, what effect it will have on my tax liability, yes or no, all those things we are supposed to learn. Okay, now pay attention. First things first, we will first discuss about what is agricultural income. Once we are through with that, then we are moving on to the second part, and that part is composite income. Yes or no? And then we are going to partial integration. Now see, we all know that the net agricultural income earned by the assessee is exempt. So the agricultural income which is fully exempt under section 10 subsection 1. What is the meaning of this agricultural income? Section 2 subsection 1a. This section defines your agricultural income. Number 1, any rent or revenue which is derived from a land which is situated in India and used for the purpose of agricultural purposes. Okay, so what type of income you are earning? You are earning rent or revenue. So this rent or revenue will be treated as your agricultural income. So sir, all the rents, all the revenues will be treated as my agricultural income? No. Only that rent which you are deriving from a land. So rent of this land, which is situated in India. But the land which is situated in India must be used for what? Agricultural purpose. So from that land, whatever rent or revenue you are deriving, that rent or revenue will be your agricultural income. Okay. So land must be in India. What should be the use of the land? It should be used for agriculture. From that land, whatever rent or revenue you are deriving, that is your agricultural income. Nowhere it is written that the rent received by the owner of the land will be treated as agricultural income. So even if the assessee is the owner of the land or he is not the owner of the land, will not make any difference. The rent or revenue from such land will always be taxable, shall always be treated as agricultural income, whether you are the owner of the land or whether you are not the owner of the land. Getting my point? But the land must be in India. Must be used for agricultural purpose. Who will use it? Who will use? It can be used by anyone, not necessarily by the owner or the tenant to whom it was given. It can be used by some other person also. But the ultimate use of the land should be for what? Agriculture. For example, there is a village in India. For example, I'm talking about Gujarat. Okay. So in Gujarat, I stay in Gujarat. My ancestors, my grandfather, great grandfather, my father, everyone was a farmer. So I have inherited one land from them. That land is an agricultural land. But touch wood, I have become a chartered accountant. I am not a farmer like my ancestors were. Okay. So I am not doing any agricultural activities on that land. Okay. I am a chartered accountant. I am involved in my CA practice. I am teaching the students. I am writing the books. There are a lot many things which I am doing other than agriculture. But to do that agriculture, I have a land also. That land is not used by me for agriculture. I am not doing any agricultural activity, but that land is an agricultural land. It is situated in Gujarat, in India. Okay. So what I am doing, I am giving that land to a farmer of my village. I am telling that farmer that see, this land can be very well used for agriculture. I am not here to use this land for agriculture. So if you are a farmer, if you want, you can use this land, grow some farm produce and earn some income. But pay me a small amount of rent for that. So I am the owner of that land, but I have given that land to a farmer that okay, you do farming activities, you do agriculture on this, grow whatever you want. If you want to grow vegetables, you can grow vegetables. If you want to grow food grains, you can grow food grains, etc. Okay. If you want to grow fruits, etc., you can grow fruits, etc. Or any type of agricultural produce you grow, use the land for agriculture, okay, and whatever you are growing, sell it in the market and earn some income, pay me some rent for that. So that farmer who did not have his own land, he is now taking my land on rent and using that land for the purpose of what? Agriculture. He is growing some, for example, he is growing wheat. Not the weed, but wheat. WHEAT, wheat. Okay, no? So he is growing wheat and selling the wheat. Whatever money he is getting, no, out of that he pays me what? Rent. So is that rent my income? The answer is yes. Is it coming from a land situated in India? Yes. Which was used for the purpose of agriculture? Yes. So the rent which I will be receiving will be my agricultural income, fully exempt. But the person to whom I have given, he is a farmer. Okay, no? Now what if that person who is a farmer, he cannot, farm this much big land. So half portion of that land he has given to someone else. On half portion of that land, someone else is doing the agricultural activity. But that half portion is also used for agriculture. Okay, no? So that half portion was given further on the rent by that farmer to whom I have given the land for what? Rent. Yes or no? So that is known as what? Subletting. So I have sublet? No, I have let it out. But the person to whom I have given my tenant, that farmer, he has sublet that to another farmer. So now that another farmer will give rent to the first farmer. Will it be his agricultural income? The answer is yes. Nowhere it is written that the land, that the rent should be from that land only, which is owned by you. You may or may not own that, land. So I was the owner. As an owner, I am getting the rent. But is it from a land situated in India? Wait 1 minute. Okay. So tell me, am I earning the rent? Yes. From a land which is situated in India and used for agriculture. For me, whatever rent I will get will be my agricultural income. But that farmer also, he is also receiving rent from that another farmer by subletting the same land. No. So is he earning rent from a land situated in India? Yes. Used for the purpose of agriculture? Yes. So for him also, whatever rent he will receive by subletting that land will be his agricultural income. Getting my point, everyone? So first income is rent or revenue derived from a land which is situated in India and used for the purpose of agriculture, used for agricultural purpose. Now, rent you all must be knowing, anywhere it is written that the rent should be received in cash only, meaning that this rent no can be received in cash or it can be received in kind also. Cash means that farmer is giving me 5,000 rupees per month as what? Rent. So rent is received in cash, meaning monetary amount. Okay. But what if that farmer, he is telling me, sir, I'll not be able to give you 5,000 rupees per month as what rent. Rather, I'll do one thing. Whatever farm produce I will grow, no, out of that farm produce, 30% of the farm produce or half of the farm produce I will give you as your rent. I said, okay, no problem. So rent not necessarily that I will receive in cash only, I can receive the rent in kind also. So in that case, I will become the receiver of rent in kind. I am a receiver of rent in kind because I am not getting any rent in money. I am getting the rent in the form of farm produce grown on that land. Okay. Now pay attention. What is the meaning of revenue? Come on, tell me. What is the meaning of revenue? Anyone can tell me what is the meaning of revenue? Revenue means it can be a lump sum amount also. See, when the amount is coming in the form of what? A regular amount, then it is rent. Or it can come in the form of what? It can come in the form of farm produce also, share in the farm produce also. But revenue, no. See, this Kaushik is a farmer. He's telling me, sir, I want to take your land on rent. Tell me a lump sum amount of rent which I am supposed to pay you for 5 years. Together I will give you a single amount of money. So the money which he is going to give me is as good as rent only for the use of my land. But he is not giving that money regularly or in the form of farm produce. Rather he is paying me a rather he is paying me a lump sum amount for using my land for few years. So I have given my land to him on a lease of 10 years. I said, okay, take the land for a lease of 10 years and pay me a single amount, a lump sum amount. That lump sum amount which I am getting to give my land on rent, that lump sum amount is nothing but revenue. Hello, sir. Will you remember this? Will it be treated as my agricultural income? Yes, revenue is from the land which is situated in India and used for the purpose of agriculture. Got it? So this was your first income. Now coming to the second income. See, second income is very important. Huh? Please see carefully. Any income derived from such land. Such land means which land? Such land means which land? The land which is in India and the land which is used for agriculture. Yes or no? Such land means the land which is in India and used for the purpose of agriculture. From that land, if any income is derived, through or from what? Through or from agricultural operations, through or from any process which is ordinarily employed to make the farm produce ready to be taken to the market. So from agricultural operations or through any process which is ordinarily employed to make the farm produce ready to be taken to the market, through or from sale of agricultural produce by cultivator or receiver of rent in kind. See, these three incomes are also agricultural incomes. So let's discuss about the first income. Okay. You are deriving income through or from agricultural operations on such land. You are deriving income through or from agricultural operations on such land. So on that land, you are performing some agricultural operations. And by performing these agricultural operations, if you are earning any income. So income by performing those agricultural operations also will be treated as your agricultural income. Now what are agricultural operations? Agricultural operations are of two types. Number one, basic operations, and number two, subsequent operations. Basic operations and number two, subsequent operations. Now, what are basic operations first? The operations which are performed directly on the land. The operations which are performed directly on the farm, on the land. And after the basic operations are performed, any operations subsequent to basic operations, in continuation of basic operations, yes or no? So subsequent operations are operations in continuation to basic operations they are performed on the produce or for safeguarding the produce. Now let's break it up. Today, after the class, you can proudly say that you are a farmer because today you learn many things relating to farming. Even as a chartered accountant, I don't do farming, but I know very much about farming because that is an area of interest also. It is not that I don't like farming. I have plans to set up my own farm after a few years. Okay. So for that I read a lot. Read also, I research a lot. So I came to know there are certain operations which are performed to, farm something, to produce something from the land. So to produce anything from the land, you first need to perform some operations on the land. Like, like, come on, you can participate. We must have seen many such things that we directly perform certain activities, certain operations on the land only. Plowing the field is an activity happening on the land only. Plowing the field, hello, getting the land ready for use so that you can put the seeds inside the land. If you will put the seeds, you just throw the seeds on the land, no, it will not grow. It has to get inside. And it should get inside, but it should not be pressed. The land should be very soft because these seedlings are very delicate. When you plant them inside the land, no, there should be some space for them also to come out. When the plant will come out, there has to be some space to come out. So you get the farmland ready by plowing the farmland, okay, making that soil soft, leveling the ground, then making the trenches, and now putting the seed inside. Now if you are sowing the seeds, putting the seeds, then you will sprinkle the fertilizers, irrigate the land, you will give the water to the land. All these activities which you usually perform on the land itself are known as basic operations. Without this, you cannot even think about farming. Forget about the plant coming out. You have to first make the land ready for agriculture. Once it is ready, then you have to sow the seeds. Then you have to give the fertilizer. Then you'll have to irrigate. All these activities are known as basic operations. Now once the basic operations on the land are performed, done, then after some time that seed germinates inside the ground and it pops out in the form of a small plant, very tiny small plant. It will be like this only, very small plant. Slowly, gradually it will come more outside. Yes or no? Now when the plant is coming out, now you will not focus on the land. Now your entire focus will shift on that plant. Now you will perform certain activities after the basic operations are performed. In continuation to that basic operation, you will perform activities on that plant. How to grow them fast, how to keep them healthy, how to save them from the pests and all. So you will sprinkle pesticides. You will try to take care of these plants in whatever ways you can. So all the activities now which you will perform, these activities will not be directly performed on the land. Now these activities will be performed on that land, but on the plant. Okay. So that your farm produce grows faster, it becomes healthier. Okay. You get more farm produce. Then after that, to safeguard whatever activities you are doing now, till the time your farm produce is not ready for harvesting, till the time whatever activities you will do, winnowing, then again removing the weeds, excess grass, etc., all these activities, they are known as subsequent operations. They are operations which are performed in continuation with basic operations. Once the basic operations are done and once the seeds germinate, now whatever activities in continuation will be performed will be known as subsequent operations. Now anyone earning any income, through or from these agricultural operations. So if you are involved in any agricultural operations, you might be doing some basic operations, or you might be doing some subsequent operations. By doing those operations also you might earn some income. For example, the laborers who will be working on my farm, will I give them daily wages to do all these activities? So they are earning their daily wages, daily earnings by doing these kind of activities. So for them, they are earning income by performing these type of agricultural operations, basic or subsequent. For them it is agricultural income, fully exempt. Any income which you can relate to these operations will be your agricultural income, fully exempt. Yes or no? Now, once the farm produce is ready for harvest, what activities you perform? Now, you perform certain processes so that your farm produce becomes marketable. So now the processes which are ordinarily employed, ordinarily every farmer will do this activity to make the farm produce ready to be taken to the market. Yes or no? So what type of ordinary activities will happen? Come on, tell me. First and foremost process will be to harvesting. After harvesting, drying will happen on the farm. The entire farm produce will be laid on the farm under the sun so that the extra moisture which is present gets evaporated, and the grains which are there inside that cover, that loosens up, because when there is a moisture, then the grain and the outer cover are stuck, they cannot be separated. So to separate the grain from the outer cover, you have to first dry them. And drying also helps in one thing, that when the moisture evaporates, there are less chances of your farm produce to be wasted. So it prevents them from wasting. It doesn't rotten up. So drying also done. Once the drying is done, now the outer cover becomes loose. Now you make the bundles, and by making the bundles you hit it on the ground somewhere so that food grains will come out from the outer shell. But that is not the only thing which you do. Now whatever food grains which are left, now you put the entire that bundle in the thresher. Threshing machine will remove the outer cover and remove the grains from the outer cover. So outer cover will be the husk and the grains will come out. These are the activities which are performed, ordinarily by every farmer. I am not the only one doing this. to make the farm produce ready to be taken to market. See, in the entire region, entire area, wherever these things are produced, every farmer will be doing these activities. What? Harvesting, drying, then then heating it, then threshing it. Then after threshing, the food grains will be separated. Now these food grains, no, these grains, these will be of different sizes. Some will be very small, some will be medium, some will be big size. And there will be impurities also, because on the farm there will be too much of soil, mud, then stones will be there. So cleaning will be done, sorting will be done. After cleaning, after sorting, it will be packed in the sacks, and now they are ready to be taken to the market. Have I changed the characteristic of my farm produce? No, the farm produce remains the same, but in order to make them saleable commodity, in order to make them marketable, I ordinarily perform these type of processes on the farm. So now these type of processes which are ordinarily performed to make the farm produce a saleable commodity, to make the farm produce marketable, anyone earning any income from these processes also will be agricultural income. Yes or no? So the people who are involved in harvesting, people who are involved in drying, cleaning, sorting, packing, they are doing these processes which are ordinarily employed to make the farm produce marketable. Getting my point? So any income derived through or from such processes also will be treated as what? Agricultural income, fully exempt. Getting my point, everyone? Sure. Now once your produce is ready to be taken to market, now it is a marketable commodity. You have packed the bags and all. Now you will take it to the market and sell it. So whatever income you will get by selling your farm produce will also be your agricultural income. Now who will sell? Seller of the farm produce should be the cultivator himself or the receiver of rent in kind. Do you remember? That farmer to whom I gave my land on rent, he agreed to give half of the farm produce as rent to me. So I am a receiver who is earning rent in the form of farm produce, meaning receiver of rent in kind. What I will do with 500 quintals of rice? Me, my mother, father, 3 people are there at home. How much we will eat? So if I have got 500 kilograms or 1000 kilograms of what this farm produce as rent, so I am a receiver of rent in kind. Whatever I want to be used at my home, I will keep that much, and the rest part I will sell only, no? So what I am selling? I am selling farm produce which I received as rent. So I am a receiver of rent in kind who is selling the farm produce, who is selling the agricultural produce. For me, whatever income I will get by selling will be my agricultural income. Will you remember this? Sure, everyone. Now few small things I would like to ask you. See, on my farm, no, there is some extra space. Okay. I have dug up a big pond, water reservoir. Yes or no? What I do, usually that water reservoir gets filled in the monsoon season. And I have huge farm. The entire water requirement of my farm comes from this huge water reservoir. I have dug up a big pond. Okay, no? So pond is containing water. And that water is used for my agriculture. Okay. But in that water, no, small fishes were there. So I thought something, that why not to breed fishes here and start fishing only. So along with agriculture, on my agricultural land, I am doing fisheries. This activity also I am doing. Then there was some extra space which I used to keep my buffaloes and cows, etc. What will happen? Those buffaloes and cows will get the food the excess wastage of the farm will be given to them as what? Food. They will give me milk, which I will sell. Milk and milk products I will sell. And in return, they will give me valuable fertilizer also. So I'm running a dairy also on my farm. There is some extra space. In that, I have opened a poultry farm also, giving me eggs and all. Yes or no? Then I am using some space for keeping the bees, honey bees. I am growing some ornamental flowers also, horticulture and all. Okay. Now what I am doing? Come on, tell me. I am doing agriculture only, no? Are these activities treated as agricultural activities? No. There is no agricultural operations taking place. No basic operations. No subsequent operations taking place. These are pure business activities going on my farmland. So dairy farm, even if it is on my farmland. Hello. Poultry farming, even if I am doing on my farmland. Fisheries, even if I am doing on my farmland, are not treated as agricultural operations. So whatever income I am deriving out of those activities cannot be treated as my agricultural income, because no agricultural operations are involved. Getting my point, everyone? So what type of income will it be? Fully PGBP income. Sure, sir? Should I move ahead? So I hope you have understood this agricultural operations. Now, coming to these processes. What type of processes I told you? Processes which are ordinarily employed to make the farm produce only marketable, not to make a new produce out of my farm produce. I am talking about those processes which are ordinary process, which will make the same produce marketable. But if I am doing some process on my farm produce which results into a new product, which was not something which I had grown, that, my dear friends, is manufacturing. Growing tomatoes, okay, cleaning them, sorting them, putting them in crates is ordinary activity. My tomatoes are not becoming mangoes. They still remain tomatoes. I have grown tomatoes. I am selling the tomatoes. To sell these tomatoes, few activities are required. After growing tomatoes, few activities are required, ordinarily employed, to sell the tomatoes itself in the market. Yes or no? These are ordinary processes. I am growing wheat. So to sell the wheat in the market, I am doing some processes, ordinary processes. To sell the same produce in the market, to make them marketable. Whatever processes are done, only those processes will give me agricultural income. But what if I am growing tomatoes, bringing them on a small building which I have constructed on the farm? I have taken some machineries inside. Now I am converting those tomatoes into tomato ketchup, Kisan tomato ketchup, and selling it. What I am selling now? Tomatoes or something new? Yes. So the process which converts my tomatoes, my farm produce, into a new commodity whose identity is different. Yes or no? That process cannot be ordinary process. Hello, sir. Getting my point? Growing sugarcane, converting that sugarcane into sugar or jaggery and selling it. Am I selling sugarcane which I have grown? No. I am involving some process, and by doing that process, same commodity which I am growing, I am not selling that same commodity. I am converting that commodity into some new item, some new thing, and that new thing I am selling. So converting my agricultural produce into a new commodity is not an ordinary activity. That is a manufacturing activity. And my dear friends, that is nothing but the composite activity which I was talking about. Sure, no? Hello? So how do we identify that out of the income which you are earning by doing these two activities, cultivating farm produce and converting that farm produce on your own into some new product and selling that new product? So now you are not doing only cultivation, you are involving some processes also, but those processes are not ordinary processes. Those are manufacturing processes. So now cultivation as well as manufacturing, you are producing something and selling it. That produced item is not the produce of your farm. It is a result of the process which you are doing along with your cultivation. So cultivation is also a process. Along with cultivation, you are doing a separate process which is converting your agricultural produce into a new commodity, and that process which converts the agricultural produce in the new commodity is a manufacturing process. So there will be some income which you will be earning out of that. Some income will be relating to this process and some income will be relating to your cultivation process. You have to segregate that. The income which relates to your cultivation process will be your agriculture income. The income which relates to conversion process, meaning your manufacturing process, will be treated as your PGBP income. How much and how to do it, that we are going to learn a little bit late. Okay. So have you understood this much? Sure, everyone? Next one. Now, sale of agricultural produce. Sale of agricultural produce by cultivator only or the receiver of rent in kind. If only these people will be selling the agricultural produce, for them only it will be treated as agriculture income. For example, I am a farmer. Okay, I am growing some rice. And I am taking that rice to the market and selling that rice to someone. So as a cultivator, I am selling the rice, I am selling the paddy. For me, it is my agriculture income. Yes or no? But that rice is taken in the market from some rice dealer. And he himself is selling that. Is he selling the agricultural produce? Yes. But he is not the cultivator of that agricultural produce. His income will not be exempt. His income will be PGBP income. These vegetable vendors sitting near our household, they are also selling what? Agricultural produce. Vegetable is what? Agricultural produce only. Those fruit vendors selling fruits nearby our houses. All the grocery stores selling wheat, then pulses, then if you say rice, etc. They are actually selling what? Agricultural produce. But they have not themselves grown. They are not the cultivators. They are not the receivers of rent in kind who are selling it. For them, even if they are selling agricultural produce, whatever income they are going to earn will be their PGBP income. For them, it cannot be treated as agriculture income. Only for the cultivator and only for the person who is a receiver of rent in kind, any income by selling the agricultural produce will be their agricultural income. Yes or no? Sure, sir. So these are three incomes which are supposed to remember. These three incomes and this income. Okay, sir. Shall I move ahead? Now they are saying the next income. Any income of a farm building. Now what is a farm building? The building which is in or nearby building which is in or nearby, on or nearby, what among, what you are writing, okay, on or nearby, okay. The building which is on or nearby the farm, that is known as farm building. But remember, this building must be used for agricultural purpose. And what is the meaning of farm? What is the meaning of farm? Farm means any land which is situated in India and used for agricultural purposes. That we call as farm. Sure, sir? So tell me one thing. Are you earning any income? Yes. So that income of a farm building will be treated as your agriculture income. What is farm building? Farm building is a building which is on the farm or nearby the farm. Because if my farm is a very small farm, I cannot have a building on the farm. No, if I'll construct a building on the farm, there will be no space to do farming and all. So sometimes I might have a big farm and on that farm only I have constructed a small building. But sometimes my farm is a very small farm. If I construct a building on that, there will be, shortage of space. So what I am doing, I am constructing a small building nearby my farm. Now, for what reason that building will be constructed on the farm or nearby the farm? For what purpose you are building this? Because I want to use this building for the purpose of my agriculture. Where will I keep my equipments? Here only. Farming equipments will be stored here. Where will I keep my fertilizers, seeds, etc.? Here only. Where will I keep my harvested farm produce? Here only. Sometimes I myself have to stay on the farm to take care of my farm produce so that no animal gets inside the farm. The neighboring farmer, he is a very jealous person. Seeing my farm produce flourishing so much, he will come and destroy my farm produce. So I will have to stay there on the farm to take care of the farm produce. For the safety, I will also have to stay. Where will I stay? I will stay on this building. Getting my point, everyone? So the income, whatever income which you are deriving from this farm building will also be treated as your agriculture income, provided the building, that farm building, is used for agricultural purposes. And that farm building is situated on the farmland or nearby the farmland. What is farmland? A land which is situated in India and used for agriculture. Yes or no? Any income, if you will see, all the incomes are derived from that land only which is situated in India and used for the purpose of agriculture. Now from that land, if you are deriving rent or revenue, then also it is your agriculture income. On that land, if you are performing any agricultural operations, or on that land any processes are ordinarily employed to make the produce fit to be taken to market, from that land whatever farm produce you are deriving, and by selling that farm produce also, and on that land even if any building is there, any income from that building will also be treated as agriculture income. Are you the owner of this building? Yes. Are you using it for your own business or profession? No. Even then this will not go to house property head, because whatever income which is derived from this land will be treated as what? Agricultural income only, fully exempt. That is the reason why we did not consider such type of buildings under the house property head, because whatever income which is derived from this land is what? Agriculture income only, no? Hello, sir. So can I give this building on rent to someone? Yes, I have given the land also to rent, or land on the rent to that farmer. So along with that land, I have given this building also on rent. So will I earn the rental income from this building? Yes, but this building was used by that fellow for what? Agricultural purposes. and this building is on the agricultural land used for the purpose of agriculture in India, then whatever income I will derive, this property I cannot say that this is my let out property, rental income will be taxable under the head house property. Yes or no? So any rent coming out of this building, any rent earning capacity of this building will be fully exempt because it is agricultural income only. Got it, sir? Hello, sir. This is the fourth income. But wait, the building must be situated on a land in India which is used for the purpose of agriculture. Now tell me, the land which is in India, this land can be of two types. How many types? Two types. This land can either be urban land and this land can also be rural land. Understanding? So, rural land may or may not be assessed to local taxes or land revenue. May or may not be assessed to local taxes or land revenue, but the urban land must be assessed to local taxes or land revenue. So what do I want to tell you here? I want to tell you one thing, that if my land is urban land, then the land must be assessed to local taxes or land revenue on that urban land if this building is situated. On that land if this building is situated, then only the income of that building will be agricultural income. Land must be assessed to local taxes or land revenue. From on that land or nearby that land, if any farm building is there which was used for agricultural purpose, from that farm building whatever income will be there will be agricultural income. But if that farm building is situated on a rural land, which land? Rural land. Then rural land may or may not be assessed to local taxes or land revenue, no problem. But on the rural land, if you are having such farm building which was used for agricultural purposes, so any income of that farm building will be agriculture income fully exempt. Getting my point? Everyone? Now you will be wondering, sir, to do that we'll have to identify what is urban land and what is rural land now. So I will tell you what is rural land. Wait, pay attention. Rural land is a land which is not an urban land. Wow, sir, what a definition you have written. Very interesting definition, sir. Likewise, can we define urban land also? I will give you a tight slap if you do it. Rural land is a land which is not a urban land, meaning that now urban land, what is urban land? They have told you. So your land should not be an urban land, only then it will be a rural land. Then sir, what is an urban land? Please pay attention, friends. Urban land is a land which is situated in the jurisdiction of a local authority having a population of 10,000 or more. Urban land is a land which is situated. Where it is situated? It is situated in the jurisdiction of that local authority where the population is 10,000 or more. So in the jurisdiction of that local authority, whatever land will come will be urban land if the population staying in that jurisdiction is 10,000 or more. Yes or no? And urban land is land which is situated within 2 kilometers. Within 2 kilometers from the local limits of a local authority, local limits of a local authority where the population is greater than 10,000 but less than equal to 1 lakh. So if the population staying in that local authority is more than 10,000 but not more than 1 lakh. So whatever land which will come in the jurisdiction of that local authority will be urban, but from the local limits up to 2 kilometers land that will also be urban. But wait, sir, what if the population of that local authority is more than 1 lakh also? Then from local limits you will see 6 kilometers. What if the population staying in the jurisdiction there is more than 10 lakhs? Then from the local limits of such local authority up to 8 kilometers the land will be urban only. So what I'll do, within 2 kilometers, copy and paste, my favorite work. Now instead of 2 kilometers it can be 6 kilometers from the local limits of a local authority having a population of more than 1 lakh but less than equal to 10 lakhs. Or it can be a land which is situated in the jurisdiction of a local authority where the population within 8 kilometers from the local limits of a local authority having a population of greater than 10 lakhs. So if you have land anywhere in this area in the jurisdiction and also within 2 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 8 kilometers from the local limits of that jurisdiction, yes or no, that entire land will be treated as urban land. Meaning that if you want to call any land as a rural land, that land should not fall in this area. Yes or no? So if I say that, see, this is my jurisdiction, okay, no, this is my municipal jurisdiction. So if the total population staying here, this is my municipal jurisdiction. Meaning if I say about Madurai. Madurai is a small town, okay, no, in the state of Tamil Nadu. Small town, Madurai. Madurai, to handle this entire area of Madurai, there is a local authority, Madurai Corporation. Just like the way it is Chennai Municipal Corporation, there is Madurai Municipal Corporation. Okay, no? So that municipal corporation will cover in its jurisdiction the entire area of Madurai. Now you have to see that how much population stays here in this jurisdiction. So in this jurisdiction, if the number of people staying, meaning the population, is more than or equal to 10,000, then this entire jurisdiction is what? Urban. This area is urban area. But wait, from the local limits, what did I say? From the local limits. From the local limits till 2 kilometers. So I do duplicate and then I will enhance it. Now this 2 kilometers outside the area, this will be what? This will also be urban. Now from here, let me duplicate this 6 kilometers area can also be urban. Now wait, duplicate 8 kilometers. What did I say, sir? 8 kilometers. Ayyo. So I have to now see that if this area, the population in this area, I will have to see the population inside the jurisdiction first. Now if in the jurisdiction of this municipality, the number of people staying, meaning the population inside this, is more than 10,000, then this area, which is a highlighted area, this is urban. Now from the local limits up to 2 kilometers, from the local limits, can I say local limit is this, where the jurisdiction ends? So from the local limits till 2 kilometers, whatever land is there, I mean to say this area, this 2 kilometers entire area, this will also be treated as urban area if the population staying inside is more than 10,000, but up to what? 1 lakh. Then whatever area which is there in the jurisdiction is also urban, and from the local limits till 2 kilometers the area is urban only. But what if the population staying here is what? More than 10,000. Then not just 2 kilometers, they are talking about 6 kilometers now. So this area itself is what? Wait, let me highlight this. This area is urban, friends. This area is urban. Okay, no. But apart from this, up to this, meaning this area is also urban. Entire 6 kilometers area. Getting my point? This is also urban. I'm liking it. I'm remembering my childhood. I used to do such kind of drawings. So color, pink color is the area in that jurisdiction. That is urban. But from the local limits till 6 kilometer, whatever area will be there, that will also be urban. Provided the population staying inside is more than 1 lakh, but up to 10 lakh. What if the population staying inside is more than 10 lakh also? Then this area, inside area, jurisdiction area is urban. But outside up to 8 kilometers, now it will be urban. Getting my point, sir? Hello, sir? Yes, this area. This entire area will now be urban. So your land should fall in this area. Only then it is urban. But if your land does not fall here, falls outside this jurisdiction, falls outside 2 kilometers, 6 kilometer or 8 kilometer, outside this, it is urban? No, it is rural, because this is urban. And the land which is not an urban land is a rural land. Got it, sir? Sure, sir. So your building, farm building is in this area. Farm building is in this area, meaning in the urban area. Income of that farm building will be treated as agricultural income only if that farm building is used for agricultural purpose, and that farm building which is on a land, the land is in urban area and that land must be assessed to land revenue or local taxes. But if your farm building is outside this, on a land which is outside this area, so that farm building is on rural area, that rural area, whatever land is there, on that land, if the farm building is there, that land may or may not be assessed to local taxes. No problem. Understood? On that land, if any farm building is there, income from that farm building will be agriculture income, provided that building is used for agriculture. Hello? And is situated on a rural area, rural land, which is used for agriculture. Done, sir? Should I move ahead? Perfect. Now, how many incomes we have covered so far? 5 incomes we have covered. One is the rent or revenue. Will you remember this rent or revenue? One income. This income you have to remember. Second income, you will remember agricultural operations. Third is any process ordinarily employed. Then fourth is sale of agricultural produce. Fifth is income of this building. Now see, there is one very famous movie director, S.S. Rajamouli. You must have heard about him. Mr. Rajamouli came to your farm. He liked your farm and the building on your farm. So he took your farm building and the farm on rent for few months to shoot one of his movies. So now what is happening on the farmland? Farming, agricultural activities or shooting. So your land is not used for agriculture. Rent of land will not be a agriculture income now. And also the building which was there on that land, even that building is also not used for agriculture. Hello sir. Because it is given on rent for movie shooting. Getting my point? So will the income be agricultural income? No, in that case the income cannot be agricultural income. Now the income will be taxable income. Rental income from land will be IFOS and rental income of building will be your house property income. Sure sir? Should I move ahead? So this is section 2 subsection 1A which defines your agricultural income. But in section 2 subsection 1A, these incomes are specifically covered as agricultural income. If you see any income which falls in this definition under these categories, only then you call that income as an agriculture income. Otherwise the income cannot be treated as agriculture income. Yes or no? You cannot say that it is my agriculture income and will be exempt. See, what I am doing, I am teaching you all. Okay, no? So by teaching you all, I will be getting some fees. Is it my income? My professional income, I have to pay tax on that. But I will try to connect this income with farming or farming activities in such a way that people will say, oh my God, he is earning agriculture income. From tomorrow onwards, no, I will go to my farm. I will set up this entire structure at my farm. Okay. And from there only I will start delivering the lecture. So I am taking the lectures sitting on the farm only. So whatever income I will be earning will be my agriculture income, no? Land is situated in India. Land is used for agriculture is happening on that land. So whatever income I am deriving from that land should be my agriculture income. So I have set up a small recording studio, a small classroom on that land and I am taking lectures there and earning my fees from the students. Can I say it is my agriculture income? No, because that is not rent or revenue from that land. Number 2, that is not an income which I am deriving by performing some agricultural operations. That is not an income which I am deriving by performing some processes ordinarily required to make the farm produce marketable. That is not an income which I am earning by sale of farm produce, and that is not an income of the business, income of the building situated on the farmland. If the income gets classified under 2(1)(a), only then it is an agriculture income. Otherwise, you cannot treat that income as an agriculture income. Will you remember this? Sure, sir. Okay. Now there are two explanations given in section 2(1)(a). What did I say? How many explanations are given? There are two explanations given in section 2(1)(a). First explanation I will tell. Explanation number 1. See, as per explanation number 1 to section 2 subsection 1(a), definition of agriculture income has one explanation. First explanation. That explanation says that any income derived from nurseries, from a nursery by sale of seedlings and saplings, by sale of what? Seedlings and saplings in that nursery. You must have seen many nurseries, roadside nurseries. Yes or no? While going to the villages, while traveling to different locations, these type of nurseries are usually set up, on the corners of the roads. So we go there, we buy plants, different types of, ornamental plants are there. If I want to have curry leaves plant, I will buy a curry leaves plant from there. I will buy some plants having flowers. They can also sell me the seeds to grow such, plants and all. So these nurseries, they are earning income by selling seedlings and saplings. So whatever income these nurseries are earning from sale of their seedlings and saplings is also their agricultural income. Not defined specifically, but we are explaining that we will consider that income also as their agricultural income. So income from nurseries is also an agriculture income. Yes or no? Now the second explanation which is given, explanation 2 to section 2(1)(a), second explanation, it is saying that income from transfer of urban agricultural land, UAL means urban agricultural land, shall not be treated as my agricultural income. Shall not be treated as my agricultural income. First of all, wait. Here, it will be treated as my agricultural income. This income from nurseries will be treated as my agricultural income. So if it is treated as my agricultural income, then it will be exempt under section 10(1) also. Yes or no? Now they are saying that the income from transfer of urban agricultural land is not my agricultural income, is not my agricultural income. So this income I cannot exempt under section 10(1) because this is not an agricultural income only. See, there is some message hidden inside this. Kanu, where are you? Are you there? Switch on your camera. Tell me fast. What is the message hidden inside this? They are saying that income from transfer of urban agricultural land, if you are selling your urban agricultural land, whatever income you will derive by selling your urban agricultural land will not be treated as agricultural income. No. You cannot exempt that income under section 10(1). So they want to give you a hint here. They want to give you a hint that we are talking only about urban agricultural land. What about rural? Yes. What if the rural agricultural land is sold? We are explaining only about urban. And if you are not talking anything about rural, no, you understand. So what will be your understanding? If sale of urban agricultural land is not an agriculture income, not exempt, then definitely sale of rural agricultural land should be agriculture income, should be exempt. If that was also not an agriculture income, they would have explained here. They would not have written only urban agricultural land. Yes or no? So note, very important. If any income, what did I say? If that income from transfer is income from transfer of rural agricultural land will be treated as agricultural income. So accordingly, this income will be exempt under section 10(1). And this thing I will prove. This thing I will prove that our interpretation is correct only. How I will prove, when we are going to start that capital gains chapter, no? Hello? In the capital gains chapter, there is a definition of capital asset. So the term capital assets means this, and it does not include the term capital asset under the head capital gains does not include. There are few points. One of those points is rural agricultural land. Meaning that rural agricultural land, they are not considering capital asset only. Why they are not considering? They don't want to charge the income by transfer of rural agricultural land under the head capital gains. Hence, they are not treating rural agricultural land as a capital asset. So, if that land is not a capital asset, whatever income arising therefrom will not be taxable as capital gains. Why? Because it is exempt. It is agricultural income. They are not telling directly, but this is an interpretation. And this interpretation is correct because in the capital gains head, rural agricultural land is also not treated as a capital asset also. So the income which becomes agriculture income should be exempted, shall not be taxed in the form of capital gains. Hence, it is important to remove rural agricultural land from the definition of capital asset. They have removed. But they have not removed urban agricultural land. From the definition of capital asset, they have not removed urban agricultural land, meaning that they want to charge this income under the head capital gains. Hence, they are explaining also that this income will not be treated as agricultural income. Getting my point, everyone? Sure. So, what about rural agricultural land? Is a capital asset or not a capital asset? Not a capital asset. Whenever you will derive any income by transferring the rural agricultural land will not be treated under capital gains. Why? Because that income is treated as agriculture income, fully exempt. And if you are transferring any urban agricultural land, that urban agricultural land is not excluded from the definition of capital asset, meaning that it is a capital asset. And when you transfer that urban agricultural land, that income from transferring the urban agricultural land gets taxed under the capital gains. Why? Because this explanation says that it is not treated as agriculture income, will not give any exemption. Not giving exemption, hence it is getting taxed under the head capital gains. Got it, sir? Should I move ahead? Definition of agriculture income over. Nothing remains. I'll give you a few examples. I will ask you. Now I will see whether you are able to identify the incomes as agriculture income or non-agriculture incomes. Yes or no? Will you? Okay. I have a land. Open or vacant land. This land I have let out. By letting out this land, I am earning rent. Come on, tell me, what type of income is this? Depends whether the land is situated in India or outside India. In India. Then still depends whether the land is used for agricultural purposes or not. If it is used for agricultural purpose, then the rent will be agriculture income. But if this is not used for agricultural purpose, then this will be your taxable income under the head IFOS. So the rent from this land can be IFOS also, or it can be agricultural income also. It is IFOS if land not used for agriculture, and it will be agriculture income if the land is used for agricultural purpose. Yes or no? Pay attention, huh? I'm not yet done with this. See, this is IFOS income. This will be taxable under the head IFOS. Okay, no? This income will be taxable under the head IFOS. This rent. If it is color, orange color, then it will be taxable. Pay attention, friends. If the rent is from that land which is used for what? Agricultural purpose. Okay. Then that is agricultural income. Sure, no? But the land is used for agricultural purpose. This land is in India. Only then this agricultural income will be fully exempt under section 10(1). Only then the rent of that land will be fully exempt under 10(1). Agriculture income fully exempt. What if the land is outside India and that land is used for agriculture? Still the income is agriculture income only. But now you will not get any deduction, any exemption under section 10(1). Now what will happen? Now it will be treated as your income from other sources. Now it will be taxable. Or you can call it your business income also, if you are into such type of business. Sure or no? But majority of the time it will go to IFOS only. Tell me one thing, land is situated in India, used for the purpose of agriculture. From that land, if you are getting the rent, then it will be agriculture income fully exempt under section 10(1). But if the land is situated outside India, then even if that land is used for agricultural purpose, even if that land is giving me agricultural income, still that agricultural income will not be exempt. Why? Because the land is not situated in India. Land must be situated in India, only then the agriculture income will be exempt. If the land is not situated in India and from that land, whatever type of agriculture income you are deriving, either this rent or any other income, okay, which we have already seen above, any of those incomes are agricultural incomes only from a land which is outside India and used for agriculture. So the land which is outside India used for agriculture, giving me any of the incomes given in 2(1)(a), incomes will be agriculture incomes, but you cannot claim 10(1) exemption. 10(1) exemption is given only if these incomes are derived from a land which is situated in India. Got it, sir? Should I move ahead? Okay. Now I have one land. Okay. On this land, no, few trees. Small trees, big trees, very big trees, medium type of trees. These are not grown by performing any agricultural operations, meaning no basic operations performed, no subsequent operations performed, no operations are performed. These are not grown by performing these agricultural operations, rather they are automatically grown. That is, on their own. This we call as spontaneous growth. Spontaneous growth means I am not doing any activity to grow them. They are growing on their own. See, nature is a very beautiful thing. Huh? When we go to forests and all these places, who goes to plant those trees in the forest? Nobody goes. Mother Nature grows that on its own. Yes or no? So this is the beauty of Mother Nature. I had a piece of land. On that land, I was not doing anything. Automatically few plants, grass, big trees, they are growing on their own. So we call these type of growths as spontaneous growth. What do we call it? Spontaneous growth. Now, I was in need of this land. I wanted to use this land for some purpose. I wanted to, construct some factory over here, or I wanted to construct a building on this land. So I wanted to do some construction activity. It cannot happen if it is occupied by these trees and grass and all. So what I did, this spontaneous growth was removed. Removed, or can I say cut down? And by cutting down, by removing, don't you think I will obtain timber, etc., timber, grass, yes or no? And I am selling this, sale of this timber, etc. Then whatever income will be there, whatever income by sale will be there, what type of income will it be? Will it be agricultural income? One very big furniture company is there. What I did, the plants which were spontaneous growth on my land, I've cut all the plants, and the big barks are there for these plants. Okay, timber. I've sold that timber, big barks and all, to a furniture manufacturing company, and I'm earning income. So if I'm selling the timber, etc., grass was there. I've cut the entire grass and I'm selling it to some dairy company to feed to their cattle and all. Am I earning some income? Yes. What type of income will it be? What type of income? This will be my agricultural income. Is it my agriculture income? No. So if it is not my agriculture income, it cannot be exempt under section 10(1). No chance. Because to call this agriculture income, it should fall in section 2(1). Is it falling in 2(1)? No. Check 2(1). You will never be able to classify this income in 2(1). Even if you want to classify sale of agricultural produce, yes or no? So you cannot call it an agricultural produce if you are not performing any agricultural operations to grow this. To have that agricultural produce, you need to perform some activities on the land as basic operation. In continuation to that, you have to perform subsequent operations. Without performing these activities, this is growing on its own. How can you bloody call it your agricultural produce. This is not an agricultural produce. This is a spontaneous growth. And spontaneous growth does not involve any agricultural operations. So if this is not involving any agricultural operations, how can you treat it as agricultural produce? And even if you call it agricultural produce, are you a cultivator or a receiver of rent in kind? So by selling it, how can you call it that it is your agricultural income? You cannot. This will not be agricultural income. Rather, this will be your income from other sources, taxable there. Sure, sir. Will you remember? Next one. One more example. One or two examples. Nothing bad to see. Okay, no? Now, there is one big company. Okay. Name of the company is X Limited. Very big company. X Limited is doing agricultural activities only, agricultural activities or operations. Okay, operations, and from these agricultural operations X Limited is earning income. Tell me. Or X Limited might be having some land which was given on rent, and that land was used for agriculture. So whatever rent or revenue derived by this X Limited will be agriculture income only. So X Limited is earning an income in the nature of agriculture income only. Yes or no? So can X Limited earn agricultural income? Yes or no? Agricultural income of any nature which we have already studied. Okay, no? Any nature agriculture income X Limited is earning. And it is from a land which is in India. So can I say whatever income X Limited is earning is agricultural income from a land situated in India, fully exempt under section 10(1) in the hands of X Limited? Because it is nowhere written that only the individuals can claim the exemption for agriculture income. Any person earning this kind of income will be eligible to claim exemption because it is an agriculture income. So even a company can earn agricultural income. Company is doing that agricultural business only. Company's main operations is only what? Doing agriculture. Okay. So from those agricultural activities, it is earning agriculture income. There are big companies who are growing plants, big timber, etc. Cutting them, selling them. That is for them, it is their agricultural produce. Yes or no? So whatever income they are earning will be their agriculture income. Now, out of this agricultural income which is exempted under section 10(1), this company is having few shareholders. Okay, this company is having few shareholders. I will call them shareholders. They are the shareholders. Now to these shareholders, will the company be liable to pay dividend? Will the company pay dividend? Dividend is given to these shareholders. From where the dividend will be given? From this income only. Can I say from this income only the dividend will be given? No, by the company. So entire income which the company is earning is agriculture income. Out of that income only the company will give dividend to its shareholders. No. Understanding what I am trying to tell you, out of this agricultural income which was exempted under section 10(1) in the hands of company 10(1), it is for X Limited, it is exempt. So out of this income which was exempted, out of this income only the company is paying what? Dividends to the shareholder. Now the question arises, can the shareholders say that their dividend income is exempt under section 10(1)? Because see, whatever we are receiving is out of the agriculture income only of the company. So dividend we are getting, but that is nothing but the agricultural income only which we are getting in the form of dividend. No. So now these shareholders, they are saying that their dividend should also be their agricultural income, which they want to claim as exempt under section 10(1). Can they do this? The answer is no. For you all, it is a return on your investment which you have made in the company. Now we don't want to see that from where the company is giving you the return on your investment. That is not going to change the nature of your income. Even if it is paid out of the agricultural income, you cannot say that the amount coming as the return on your investment, if it is coming out of agriculture income, it will be agricultural income for you also. No. For you, it is not your agriculture income. For you, it is your taxable income under the head IFOS. This is your IFOS income. Where the dividends are charged. IFOS, charge it under the head IFOS. Getting my point? Even if it is coming out of the agriculture income of the company, still you cannot call it as your agriculture income. Whatever I am discussing now with you are few case laws which happened. Got it, sir? That's it. You have to see whatever we have studied about the definition of agriculture income now. Is my income falling under this definition? Yes. Then only call that income as an agriculture income and claim the exemption. Otherwise, you cannot call that income as an agriculture income. Even if you call it, it will not be exempt under section 10(1). To get the exemption under 10(1), the income should fall within the definition of 2(1). Got it, sir? So now, I'll ask you the last thing, okay? Tell me some agricultural income you are earning that is from a land which is outside India. Income you are earning, that is agriculture income. That is agriculture income. But it is earned from a land which is situated outside India. Can you call this income your exempt income? So first of all, you cannot claim 10(1) exemption for this. Okay, no? So will this income be taxable? Wait. You cannot call this income as your agricultural income. Sure, no? You cannot call this income as your agricultural income. So what you are supposed to do? If the land is outside India, meaning that this income is accrued outside India, not an exempt income. It is a taxable income. It is a taxable income under the head IFOS. This will be taxable for you. Under the head IFOS, this will be taxable for you. But first of all, tell me if it is your IFOS income. If it is your IFOS income, will you tax it? Yes. But will you tax it for everyone? No. Depends where this income is received. Because it is from a land situated outside India, meaning that it is accruing outside India. Now you will have to see that if this income is accrued outside India, full income is accrued outside India, but out of this something is received in India, or the entire income is received in India, then don't you think that it will become your Indian income? Even if accrued outside India, but since it is received in India, will it become your Indian income? ROR, RNOR, NR, for everyone it will be taxable under the head IFOS. Not exempt, taxable under the head IFOS, taxable for all. whatever may be your residential status. If you receive that income in India, will be your taxable income irrespective of residential status. Getting my point? Now, if it is received outside India, the income which was accrued outside India as well as received outside India, what type of income it is? Indian income or a foreign income? Foreign income. Part A or part B? Part B, sir, because it is not from a business or profession which was outside India, controlled from India, any other income. So, any other foreign income, tick, cross, cross. Only in these cases, what did I say? Only in these cases, it will be shown as taxable under the head IFOS. But you cannot claim the exemption. Huh? These two cases, ignore. Meaning not taxable only. Although it is taxable. But for you, it will not be includable in the computation of your total income because it is a foreign income and your status is RNOR or NR. That's it. Will you be able to do it? Perfect. Definition of agriculture income is over. Namaskar. Now we are going to do the second part. Composite income. What income, sir? Composite income. Now, composite income is equal to combined income from agricultural activities and business. We call it manufacturing activities. So you are doing these two activities together, friends. You are doing these two activities together. By doing these two activities together, one assessee, he is doing agriculture also, he is doing manufacturing also, both the activities he is himself doing and earning one income. That income is composite income. Entire income exempt, no? Agriculture is done, no? Entire income exempt. Yes or no? No. So entire taxable, no? Business is done. Out of this income, no? Some income is agriculture, some income is. So first of all, you will have to determine this composite income. How you will determine this composite income? This is nothing but profit. Profit of these two activities calculated together. So how will you calculate the profit of these two activities together? Income you will get by selling the finished product. Out of that, you reduce manufacturing cost, cultivation cost, all the expenses and depreciation etc. on manufacturing as well as agriculture. Reduce everything. You will get a profit. See, you are, just for example, if I say, I am growing some fruits. By growing fruits, I am using them in my own manufacturing setup to convert them into fruit jams, or I am converting them into fruit juices. Possible? Am I doing agricultural activities? Yes, I am growing fruits. Am I doing manufacturing activities? Yes. The fruits which I have grown is used as a raw material in my factory, in my manufacturing process to convert it into what? Fruit jam or juices. So what I am selling? Growing fruits. Fruit selling? No. If I would have done that, entire income would have been my agriculture income. Hello, sir. But what if I would have just bought the fruit from outside? I am not growing. I am buying the fruits from outside as my raw material, processing and making fruit juice, or for example I am making fruit jams, etc. What I am doing? I am not doing any agriculture, I am just doing a pure manufacturing. So whatever income I will be having will be my PGBP income, taxable income. But now I am not doing two activities separately, I am doing both the activities combined. So whatever raw material which was supposed to be required for my manufacturing, I am growing that raw material on my own. So to do that, I need to do cultivation also. Then I'll get the raw material, farm produce, agriculture produce will be my raw material, and that raw material I'll be using in my own process to convert it into some new product. So first of all, that new product which I will convert, that new product I will sell. For example, I am growing tea leaves, tea gardens are there. So I have big tea gardens, and in my tea gardens I have many tea bushes. On these two tea bushes I am growing tea leaves. So those tea leaves I am harvesting, using in my tea manufacturing business as a raw material, processing it into manufactured tea, Tata tea, red label tea, hello sir, society. So that I am making and selling. What I am selling? Am I selling agricultural produce? No. I am taking it in my business, converting it into new product, and that new product I am selling. So will I have sale price? Will I have sale proceeds? Sale proceeds from sale of finished goods. Finished good can be any finished goods, yes or no? Now tell me, is it an income? Is it one income only by manufacturing? No. Is it one income only by cultivating, or it is a single income from both the activities combined together? Yes or no? So if it is a gross income, if it is a gross income of both the activities taken together, so now tax is never charged on the gross income, tax is charged on the profits. So from this I will have to arrive at the figure of profits. Income of both the activities combined, so the costs related to both the activities should be reduced. Hello sir. So what are the costs related to cultivation? Reduce that. What are the costs related to manufacturing? Reduce that. Direct expenses on manufacturing and cultivation, you reduce that. And also reduce the other expenses allowable under PGBP head, which you might have incurred for manufacturing as well as agriculture. Understanding? Including the depreciation on the assets which are used for agriculture as well as manufacturing. Even the depreciation will be reduced, because depreciation is an allowable expense under PGBP head. Not just for the assets which are used in manufacturing, but for the equipments, assets which are used in agriculture also. Because if I will not reduce that depreciation, I will not be able to derive the correct profits, net profits of my agriculture. Getting my point? So what I will reduce? Come on, tell me. First thing, cost of cultivation, direct cost involved with my agricultural activity, less cost of manufacturing, direct costs, yes or no? I will reduce all other allowable expenses and depreciation related to composite activity. Composite activity meaning manufacturing as well as agriculture, cultivation. So on that composite activity, what are the expenses which are usually allowable? What are the depreciation on the assets used in this composite activity? I will reduce that also. Now I will get a total. Now I will get a total. My dear friends, this total is known as composite income. So the composite income is not the gross income which you are earning. Out of that gross income, calculate the profit. How to calculate profit? Gross income minus cost and expenses and depreciation and all. But that gross income is not from one activity. So don't reduce the expenses, cost, depreciation for one activity. Reduce it for both the activities. Yes or no? Then whatever amount you are going to get, now what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to split that amount into two parts. Why you are splitting? Because income, gross income of one activity, two activities you have taken, you have reduced the cost, expenses, depreciation for both the activities. So whatever profit remains, that is profit for both the activities together. No. Now out of this, how much profit is for agricultural? You can allocate as net agricultural income. And how much out of this will you consider as your PGBP, net profit from manufacturing? Got it, sir? So out of this 60%, 40%, 65%, 35%, 75%, 25%, 60%, 40%. As per rule 8, I will do 60-40. As per rule 7A, I will do 65-35. And as per rule 7B, I will do 75-25, or as per rule 7B, I can also do 60-40 also. This rule 8 is applicable. Rule 8 is applicable if this composite income, if this is from composite income of growing and manufacturing T. What did I say? Growing and manufacturing T. Will you remember this? Sure. Rule 7A. Growing and manufacturing rubber. Rule 7B. First part. Growing and curing coffee. And rule 7B second part. Growing, curing, roasting and grinding coffee. So for tea, they have given a rule separately, rule 8. For rubber, they have given rule 7A. For coffee, they have given rule 7B. So as per these rules, they are saying that whatever composite income, meaning the profit which you have calculated from both the activities together, yes or no? Whatever profit from both the activities which you have calculated together, as per rule 8, it will be split into 60 and 40%. 60 and 40% if it relates to what? Growing and manufacturing tea. If that composite profit is from the activity of growing and manufacturing tea, then 60-40. If that composite profit, composite income is from growing and manufacturing rubber, then rule 7B says 65-35. And if that composite profit is from the activity of growing and curing coffee beans, then it will be 75-25. I know what you are asking. 60%, what part will be agriculture and what part will be PGBP? No, I know. I'm supposed to tell you. Don't worry. I was supposed to ask this from you. Hence I have not written. So now come on, tell me. If you are in the business of growing, curing, roasting and grinding the coffee powder and you are selling the coffee powder, from all these activities a combined profit is derived. Then that profit will be done 60 and 40. So first, how to calculate the profit? How to calculate the composite income? Did you understand this? Everyone. Now take this profit which you have calculated, do 60-40 based on these rules. First rule is rule 8 applicable for tea, rule 7a applicable for rubber, and rule 7b applicable for coffee. But remember, if coffee is grown and cured by you and you are selling the cured coffee beans, then do 75-25. But if you are growing coffee beans, curing them, and by curing you are not selling, you are further roasting them also, grinding them also, and making coffee powder, and coffee powder you are selling. Yes or no? Instant coffee. Then don't do 75-25, then do 60-40. Higher percentage, lower percentage. Higher percentage is always agricultural income exempt under section 10(1). Lower percentage will always be your PGBP income, taxable. Will you remember this? 60% will be agriculture, 40% will be PGBP. 65% agriculture, 35% will be PGBP. 75 agriculture, 25 will be PGBP. 60 will be agriculture, 40 will be PGBP. Depends on what type of activity you are doing. Now, you might be having a doubt here. Sir, composite profit, you are doing 60-40. If it is tea, rubber also you have a percentage, coffee also you have percentage. But you did not give these examples to us. You gave separate examples. Sugar cane to sugar. Which rule you will apply? You cannot apply any of these rules. Because that is a different commodity. Okay, potato to potato chips. What rule? No rule. This you cannot apply. Or for example, tomato to tomato ketchup. Fruits to fruit jam. Fruit juices. Banana to banana wafers. Yes or no? You name it and you have it. There are lot many things which can be there. Wheat, Ashirwad atta. Sure, no? Paddy, brought to rice mill, rice. What will you do then? Will you apply any of these rules? No. Then, here says, for, wait, I will write in different color, for all other finished goods, meaning all other items. If you want to write some examples, write sugar, then jaggery, then fruit juices, then you can write potato chips, whatever you remember, you write them. But it should not be tea, it should not be rubber, it should not be coffee, anything other than these. To cover that, they are saying apply rule 7. So basically they first made rule 7 only. But then from rule 7 they excluded these 3 items. For them they have created separate rules. Yes or no? Yes, Kani, you are correct. You are correct. In reality it is opposite. But the government wants to give some benefit in the form of what? Exemption. They don't want to, make you feel a little bit this thing. What do we call? They don't want to feel that you are the government is trying to exploit or extract more taxes from you. If they would have taken a higher percentage for PGBP, no, you would have screamed, how come higher? You're charging. Just thank us that we are not doing 50-50 also. But we are giving, see, instead of not showing any income as your PGBP income, it will be better if you show at least 40%, 25% also, no? So not getting tax on any income, is it better, or getting tax on some income is better? So these type of assessees, no? These type of assessees will always come to us explaining that, see, this much agriculture happened, this happened, that happened, okay, no? So we don't want that, discussion with them. And if we charge more, becoming greedy and charge more, it will not be good. And ultimately then they will definitely come to us and ask for what? Check, these many agricultural activities happening, this happening, that happening, and still you are saying that higher amount is PGBP. How can you say this, that? We don't want to waste time, your precious time, our precious time. Lesser amount if you are getting out of this as your profit to charge tax on, we are happy with that. At least you are paying tax on some amount, no? Getting my point? So now what they are doing, for other things, no? Rule 7 is there. Rule 7 says, how will you compute composite income for other finished goods? How will you compute? Rule 7 says, no composite income will be calculated. Whatever will be there will be only PGBP income. Only PGBP income. But to calculate this PGBP income, no, we'll follow the same process. See, which we earlier followed. This same process. We'll take the sale proceeds. Come on, tell me. We'll take the sale proceeds. Color, red color. We'll take the sale proceeds from sale of finished goods. Sugar you are selling. For example, you are growing sugar cane, converting into sugar, and you are selling sugar. So whatever the sale price you will receive by selling the sugar, no, take that sale price. Okay. Out of that, reduce the cost of manufacturing of sugar. Reduce this. All other allowable expenses and depreciation relating to your manufacturing. Now relating to manufacturing, etc. Yes or no? And from here, what you will reduce, instead of cost of cultivation, no, don't reduce cost of cultivation. No, cost of cultivation we will not allow. Reduce the fair market value of raw material used to manufacture finished good sold. COGS, cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. So if whatever sugar you are manufacturing, in that sugar you use the sugar cane grown by you. What if that sugar cane was not grown by you? You would have bought this sugar cane from the market. Yes or no? So how much amount you would have spent to buy that from the open market? That is the fair market value. Yes or no? So wherever your sugar factory is there, whatever is the nearest agricultural market near to your sugar factory, whatever is the nearest agricultural market, go there and check that the sugar cane which you are producing, you are cultivating, which you are using here in your manufacturing of the goods sold. Yes or no? This sugar cane, if you would have got in that agricultural market, for how much you would have bought it? If you would not have grown it, you would have bought it for your manufacturing. Yes or no? How much amount you would have paid? The market value of that sugar cane you would have paid, no? So if you were not doing this composite activity of growing and manufacturing, if you would be doing only the activity of manufacturing, then instead of growing it, you would have gone in the market and bought it. What price you would have paid? The market value you would have paid, that would have been your purchase cost of your raw material. Hello, sir. Reduce that purchase cost of your raw material. Reduce the cost of manufacturing. Reduce all other expenses which you might incur on your composite activity. Okay, no? Agriculture, as well as that cost of cultivation which was required for cultivating. Don't you think that cost of cultivation will already be taken care of by this fair market value, and also the cultivation related profit will be taken care of? Because as a farmer, if you would have gone in the market to sell, you would have got the same amount by selling your farm produce, which would have taken care of your cost of cultivation as well as cultivation related profit. Both the things are taken care of by this fair market value. So instead of calculating both the profits together then splitting up, why not to eliminate the cultivation cost and cultivation related profits only? Cultivation cost and cultivation related profit means entire agricultural cost, and the profit relating to agriculture is reduced. Hello, sir. Now whatever profit will remain will be your PGBP income only. Because by reducing the fair market value, you are reducing the cost of cultivation as well as the cultivation related profit. So the profit which was related to your cultivation would have been exempted under section 10(1). So instead of keeping it here and segregating it, don't keep it here only. Reduce it from the value only, so that whatever profit remains for your business activity only, no? Getting my point, everyone? Sure. So what will happen? Come on. This is your rule. This is your rule number 7, which you have to apply everywhere other than tea, other than rubber, other than coffee. This rule 7 will be applicable. Paddy converted into rice. What you will do? Rule 7. Sugarcane converted into sugar. What you will do? Rule 7. Potato chips, potato converted into potato chips. By the way, potato chips cannot be converted into potato again. I was saying wrong. Okay. So potato converted into potato chips. Banana into banana wafers. Everything what you see will fall here only. Now, can I say you have a PGBP income? Will you have agricultural income here? Absolutely yes, you will have. Fair market value you would have received by selling as a cultivator. Take it as your income. Minus the cost of your cultivation will give you agricultural profits also. Your agricultural profit was how much? If you are reducing this fair market value, guys, this fair market value takes care of your entire cost of cultivation as well as cultivation related profit. Both are there in the fair market value, no? So out of that fair market value which you are taking here, no, reduce the cost of cultivation. Whatever will remain will be your agricultural income. Consider that separately. Hello, sir. Have you considered that separately? Yes. Then do one thing. Reduce the same fair market value here. That is taking care of your cultivation cost also and cultivation profit also, which we have exempted. Getting it, sir? Now you will have to identify from the question and accordingly do this calculation, or you have to perform this calculation. Will you be able to do it? So let's solve some questions. We'll come to know. Okay, no? Come to your ICI study mat PGBP chapter only. In the PGBP chapter, there are 2 questions. One in test your knowledge and one in illustration. I think, if I'm not wrong, it is illustration number 17 or 18. Illustration 18. Come to illustration number 18. Now, if you have heard me properly, if you have listened to the explanations properly, no, there will not be a single question which you will find difficult now. Let's see. Illustration number 18. Can you see this? Yes, sir. Miss Vivita, a resident and ordinary resident, means she is ROR, has derived the following incomes from various operations relating to plantations and estates owned by her during the year 31st March 25. Okay. So income from sale of centrifuged latex processed from rubber plants grown in Darjeeling. Wait. First of all, rubber plants are grown in Darjeeling, meaning in India the land is situated. On this land, whatever activities are going on for growing the rubber, from that she is deriving rubber, and now that rubber is processed into centrifuged latex, meaning rubber is manufactured. Rubber plants are grown in India, land is situated in India. From that, raw rubber is derived, liquid form, then it is converted into manufactured rubber. Can I say here rule 7A will be applicable? And whatever income is given now, I will consider that is a profit which they have only calculated and given me. Yes or no? So what I will do, I will write agricultural income this side and I will write PGBP income this side. Okay. Now rule 7A says that I have to do how much? 65% and 35%. 65% will be agriculture income and 35% will be PGBP. So 3 lakh into 65% will give me 1,95,000. That will be my agriculture income. Be careful, huh? If you are writing 65%, that is agriculture income, write it this side. Okay. And 35% PGBP income, write it that side. So the balance will be 1,05,000. 1,05,000. Done. The first income is done. Second one, income from sale of coffee grown and cured in Yerkad, Tamil Nadu. How to pronounce it? The pronunciation was okay, no? Yerkad, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, India. In India, coffee is grown and cured. Rule 7B. Here I will take 75% and 25%. So 75% of 1 lakh will be 75,000 and here it will be 25,000. Okay. Now this third one is important. Wait. Sale of coffee grown, cured, roasted, grounded in Colombo. Sale consideration was received in Chennai. Indian income received in India. So received in India, Indian agricultural income. I will do 60, 40. 60 slabs from this side, 40 slabs from this side. Colombo is not in India. Sri Lanka. Land situated outside India can never give you agricultural income exempt. So if you are doing 60-40, 40% you are claiming as exempt as agricultural income. Is it from a land situated in India? Entire bloody income is coming from a land which is situated outside India. You are not supposed to apply the rule 7B here. You are not supposed to do 70-40. Getting my point? So the important part here is land is situated in Colombo. Okay. So even if you want 7B you identified, you had to do 60% and 40%. But that you do only if growing, curing, roasting, grounding coffee in India. Only then you do 60-40. Apply rule 7B. Otherwise, don't apply it only. No need to apply this. What will you do? Entire 2,50,000 will now be your PGBP income. You are in the business, and this income will be your PGBP income. Entire 2,50,000 you will write this side. How many of you committed this mistake? 60-40? No one. Entire 250 you have written this side. Sure. Very good. I'm very happy. So, next one. Income from sale of tea grown and manufactured in Shimla. Do you know where is Shimla? It is near to Manali. And where is Manali? It is near to Shimla. But both ways it is in India only. So, growing and manufacturing tea in India. Rule 8, 60-40. So, I'm not writing down the rule because the space is less. So, 4 lakhs, 60% of 4 lakhs will be 2,40,000 and 40% will be how much? 1,60,000. That is your PGBP. Next one, income from saplings and seedlings grown in nursery at Cochin. Oh, seedlings and saplings grown in nursery at Cochin. Basic operations were not carried out by her on. No need to perform any basic operations also on land. If you are earning any income from sale of seedlings, saplings, etc. in a nursery in India, that will be your agriculture income fully exempt. Yes or no? So, where I will write this entire 80 this side. No business income, sir. Now, can you please total and tell me the amount? 1,05,000 plus 25 will give you 1,30,000. 3,30,000, 3,80,000, 4,80,000 and 60 will give you 5,40,000 if I'm not wrong. Please check. 5,40,000. Is it okay? 540 only, no? This side. And this side how much? 195, 75. How much is that? 590. Okay, 5,90,000. You calculated properly, no? This will be fully exempt under section 10(1), and this you are going to show as your PGBP income. I have already written will be taxable. Done, sir. Done, sir. This type of questions can come in the exam for 4 to 6 marks. Be very careful. Or any one item out of this, no, they will pick up that item and they will put in your main question. So you have to be careful. Okay. Now coming to test your knowledge part. In test your knowledge, no, there is one question. That question is question number 10. Question number 10. You must be thinking that this is very difficult question, sir. But not at all difficult. I'll tell you why. Okay. Pay attention. Mr. Tenzing is engaged in composite business of growing and curing coffee in Coorg. So, growing and curing coffee in Coorg, Karnataka. So, the agricultural activity and the manufacturing activity, both activities happening in India. So, agriculture income from a land situated in India and the manufacturing activity in India from this business. I will have to do 75-25. 75-25. But the whole of the coffee grown in his plantation is cured. Okay. So whatever coffee he grows, he doesn't sell anything out of that. If he sells, then it will become his agricultural income. But he doesn't sell. He brings the entire coffee grown and cures it. Okay. So whatever profit will be there from 100% coffee grown, and cured, whatever profits will be there, that profit will be 75 and 25. But you will have to calculate that profit first. And in order to calculate that profit, they have given these details to you. Okay. Now tell me, if you are selling cured coffee. So cured coffee is your final product which you are selling. So how much is the income? It is 22 lakhs. So I will start from here only. 22 lakhs, no? Yes. 22 lakhs is the sale proceeds. Now, if I would have been in rule 7, what I would have done? I would have reduced the cost of cultivation. No, I would have reduced fair market value over here. But since I'm not in rule 7, I'm growing and curing coffee in Coorg. I'm in rule 7B. I have to do 75% and 25% of my profit. So for that, I will have to calculate my profit, calculate my composite income. To calculate the composite income, 25% of that will happen. To calculate that income, I have to reduce cost of cultivation and not the fair market value. Yes or no? So what is the cost of cultivation, guys? Cost of growing coffee is 3 lakh 10. I will reduce 3 lakh 10. I will also reduce the cost of manufacturing also. Cost of manufacturing is 3 lakh, guys. And I will reduce all the expenses, allowable expenses, depreciation on these composite activities. Yes or no? So what are the allowable expenses? Only one expense is given, motor car expense. Okay. But that too also not fully allowable. Why? Because see, motor car is used only for manufacturing business. The entire motor car expenses, running maintenance expenses would have been allowed if I would have used the motor car only for manufacturing. They are saying that the motor car is used for personal purpose at the rate of 20%. So whatever motor car expenses are there will not be allowed fully, will be allowed 80% only. Whatever motor car depreciation you will calculate will not be allowed fully, will be allowed to the extent of 80% only. Yes or no? But to calculate that depreciation, see, 3 lakh is given. Can I say 3 lakh is the opening WDV of the motor car block? Any additions happening? No. Any deletions happening? No. So closing WDV for the purpose of depreciation will be 3 lakh only. So on this entire 3 lakh, I will charge depreciation. What is the rate of depreciation which I am going to charge? 15%. Now if you will calculate 15%, you will get 45,000. That 45,000 would have been allowed fully if the motor car was used only for manufacturing and not for personal. Yes or no? But it is used for manufacturing as well as to the extent 20% is for personal. That cannot be allowed. Ignore. So out of this 45,000 which you are going to calculate now, entire 45 will not be allowed. Only 80% will be allowed. So I will do 80% also here. So how much you are doing? How much you are getting? Tell me. 36 if I am not wrong. 36,000. Sure. Done. Now see, for this motor car there is expense also. 50,000 expense. 50,000 motor car expense. This will also be allowed 80%. So 80% will be 40,000. So while calculating the profits, I have to reduce all the expenses on manufacturing as well as agricultural activities, including the depreciation on the assets, everything. So motor car related 40,000 expenses I will reduce. Motor car related depreciation 36,000 I will reduce. And also one plant and machinery is used, and that entire plant and machinery is used in manufacturing. Good, very good. So entire depreciation on that plant and machinery can be claimed. So what will be the depreciation here? I will have to calculate at the rate of 15%. That will be 2,25,000. So that depreciation I will claim as a deduction over here. Now anything else remaining? Any other expense or depreciation? Anything else remaining? Nothing remaining. So do one thing. Total 22 lakh minus 3 lakh 10,000 minus 3 lakh minus 40,000 minus 36,000 minus 2 lakh 25,000. You are going to get 12 lakh 89,000. Tell me if you all are getting this 12 lakh 89. Everyone getting this? This is your composite income. you are going to split this into two parts. Out of this, 75%, which is equal to 966,750, will be treated as your agricultural income, fully exempt under section 10(1). Got it everyone, sir? Yes. And 25% out of this will be how much? 322,250 will be treated as your PGBP income, and this will be taxable. What they are telling you? Compute the income arising from above activities. Yes. Income arising from above activities is agriculture income. That also I have computed, exempted, and income arising is PGBP income. That also I have calculated, and it will be taxable. Done. Was this question difficult? So easy, damn easy question. This type of questions directly they ask in the exam. Huh? If I'm not wrong, this type of similar type of question they have asked in the past also in the exam. 4 marks, direct 4 marks question. What you are supposed to do? Pick up all these items from particulars and put it in your particulars in the answer. Write down the amount in the amount column. Total will be 12,89,000. Split 75, 25. 75 agriculture income fully exempt, 25 PGBP income fully taxable. That's it. Very easy. Should I move ahead? Now whatever agriculture income questions are remaining, no? Few questions are there in chapter number 1. Chapter number 1 means chapter number 1 of your ICI study mat. See, they have scattered everything everywhere. So few questions are there. There we are going and solving. Okay. Come to ICI study mat in your chapter number 1. Illustration number 1. First illustration. In the very first chapter only, first illustration only, they have given on agricultural income. Illustration number 1. Should I start? Mr. B grows sugarcane. Oh, grows sugarcane and uses the same for the purpose of manufacturing sugar in his factory. Can I say B is involved in a composite activity of growing sugarcane and manufacturing sugar out of that? Is it tea? No. Is it rubber? No. Is it coffee? No. Rule 7 will be applicable. And whenever the rule 7 is applicable, what we do? We take the sale price of sugar minus the cost of cultivation of sugarcane. No. Cost of cultivation? No. Fair market value of the sugarcane. Hello, sir. Minus cost of manufacturing, other expenses, depreciation, whatever we will get will be our PGBP. Sure. Will there be any agriculture income? Yes. The fair market value which you have taken in rule number 7, that only will be treated as your agriculture income. Minus the cost of cultivation, whatever balance remains is your agricultural income, net agriculture income, fully exempt. Done, no? So what you will do? 30% of the sugarcane produced, out of the entire sugarcane produced, 30% is sold for rupees 10 lakhs, and cost of cultivation of such sugarcane is 5 lakhs. Meaning that entire sugarcane which you are growing is not used for sugar manufacturing. Out of that, 30% is what? 30% is sold as it is. So whatever income which will arise by sale of that 30%, entire income will be your agriculture income. So how much income will be derived? 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs will be your agricultural profits. Now the balance 70%, cost of cultivation of the balance 70% is how much? 14 lakhs. and the market value of the same is 22 lakhs. So now this 70% is used to manufacture the sugar. So the sugar which you are selling, the sale price of the sugar, out of that sale price, the cost of cultivation of this 70% will not be reduced. The market value of this 70% will be reduced. Yes or no? And see, whatever the difference will be between these two amounts now will be automatically your agricultural income. Hello sir, amounting to 8 lakh rupees. 22 minus 14, 8 lakh rupees. Yes or no? That will be your agriculture income. Now already 8 lakh rupees of agricultural income which you will be exempting, that 8 lakh which you are going to exempt is already there in this 22 lakhs now. Take this 22 lakhs only under rule 7. Getting my point? So out of the sale price, and yes, 1.5 lakhs manufacturing expenses are also done. The sugar was sold for 25 lakhs. Very, very, very easy question. Okay, pay attention. How to solve this? I will write down sugar cane 100%. Sugar cane grown. Let us say whatever sugar cane grown is 100%. Okay. Out of that, 30% sold as it is, meaning without further processing. So write down sold without further processing. So the selling price is rupees 10 lakh and minus cost of cultivation is 5 lakhs. This will be directly giving you net agricultural income of rupees 5 lakhs that you are going to exempt under section 10(1). Done, sir? Now the balance 70% processed into sugar, and this sugar is sold. Sugar is sold. Sugar which is sold. Now this 70%, for this part I will have to apply rule 7. Now when I apply rule 7, what I'll take? Selling price of sugar. How much? 25 lakhs. Minus cost of cultivation? No. Market value of sugar cane. That is rupees 22 lakhs. And one more expense is there. Minus what? Manufacturing cost of sugar. 1 lakh 50. Reduce. You finally get 1 lakh 50. That entire amount is your taxable PGBP income. And on this 70% also, agricultural income, net agricultural income you are going to earn. And that will be nothing but 22 lakhs minus 14 lakhs, and you are going to get 8 lakhs, which will be exempt under section 10 subsection 1. So if they are telling you to calculate what? They are telling you to calculate taxable PGBP income, what will be your answer? 1 lakh 50. And if they are telling you that how much is the agricultural income exempt, what you will say? 8 lakh plus 5 lakh, 13 lakh. That's it. Check the solution. See, I have presented like this. they have presented like this: 30%, 70%, 30%, 70%, one and the same thing. Please check. Done. Next, illustration number 1 is done. Come to illustration number 2. Okay, sir. Illustration number 2. C manufactures latex from rubber plants grown by him in India. Rubber plants are grown in India. And from those rubber plants, he is deriving raw rubber and converting it into rubber, manufactured rubber. Okay. Good, very good. So which rule will be applicable? Rule 7A will be applicable. Whatever profits will be there, these are then sold in the market for 30 lakhs. Wow, wonderful. What he is selling? Is he selling rubber or manufactured rubber? Grown rubber or manufactured rubber for 30 lakhs. The cost of growing rubber plants is 10 lakhs and that of manufacturing latex 8 lakhs. Very good. Very difficult question, sir. 30 minus 10 minus 8 will give you 12 lakhs. Out of this 12 lakh, what you will do? 65, 35 only, no? Because if it is in the case of rubber, rule 7A will be applicable. 65% you will write here as your agriculture income, 35% you will write here as your PGBP. Find out the amount. 65%, 35%. 7,80,000, 4,20,000. Sir, fully exempt under section 10(1). Sir, taxable under the head IFOS, no? IFOS, no? PGBP. PGBP. Very difficult, sir. This question was also very difficult. Done, sir. Should I move ahead? Now what? Now which question? See, today only we did this. Ayyo. Do you remember this? Within 2 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 8 kilometers. Do you remember? Agricultural, rural land, urban land. This was. See, this they have given in first chapter. First chapter, the student will not be understanding anything. He has just bloody started studying tax and you are giving all these things over there. He will leave studies. He will leave the book itself. CA is not my cup of tea. What all bullshits they have given in the first chapter, now you never know. After reading the entire taxation, no, properly, then you will come to chapter number 1, then you'll understand, okay, these things are there, this I've studied here, this I've studied here. But everything which does not make sense in the first chapter, they have given here only. Why? Student should think that CA course which he has chosen, no, is difficult. Start first chapter in such a way, no, that he should be afraid. From the very first day, either you build his confidence or you shatter his confidence. By looking at all these things, he will say, bloody, what is happening? I am not understanding only. Read it after your syllabus is over. You will come to know how easy everything is. I have covered everything at suitable places. Okay. Now, this example, no, today only at home, sit and do this example. Important, na? Important. Why? Because in MCQs, no, these kind of questions they ask. That whether the area will be treated as urban or rural or something like that. Yes or no? But for that, the population, everything which I have told you, no, you keep those things in mind and do this example. 100% you will get correct answers. Don't worry. Okay? Do this example at home today. Next one. Yes. Come to the test your knowledge part. Test your knowledge. Let's test your knowledge also. how much knowledgeable you are. Question number 6 and question number 7. Very difficult question, sir. Again, question number 6 and 7. Mr. Sumit, a resident Indian. Resident means ROR or RNOR? ROR only. If nothing mentioned, residents are ROR. If RNOR would be there, no. They will say that he is RNOR. What I would have done here, no? I would have written Mr. Sumit, non-resident. Then the income from Malaysia, which you are charging under PGBP head, no? Taxable. Not taxable only. For a non-resident, income which is accrued outside India, received also outside India, is not taxable in India only. And what you would have done? Yo, sir had said that this is not an agricultural income, not exempt, taxable, but taxable based on what? Residential status also, which you are ignoring. See, every single thing given in your question, no, has some importance. Don't try to, be over smart with the examiner. Sometimes the examiner is more smarter as compared to us. Sometimes no, he's always smarter than us. So he can put you in, real big problems. See, reading the question, no, casually. That okay, Mohi, Sumit is there, resident. What is the big deal in this? Resident, no. What is big deal? Every SSC, every question, resident is only there. Big deal. Very big deal. Because now he's earning which income? Foreign income also. Yes or no, Kaushik? Okay. Next one. Earns income of 15 lakhs from sale of rubber manufactured from latex obtained from rubber plants grown by him in India. Growing and manufacturing rubber in India. How much income he is getting? 15 lakhs. 65, 35. Out of this, 35 will be PGBP income. And the balance, 65, is his agriculture income. Done. We have applied rule number 7A over here. Why? The activity is happening in India. So agricultural income in India exempt, and whatever balance remains taxable PGBP income. Indian business income. Yes or no? Next one. And 20 lakhs from sale of rubber manufactured from latex obtained from rubber plants grown by him in Malaysia. Now growing and manufacturing happens in Malaysia. Done. So entire income, no, you cannot apply rule 7A. So entire income you will have to treat as your PGBP income. So how much is the taxable PGBP income here? 20 lakhs plus 5.2 lakhs. And how much is the agriculture income exempt? 9.75 lakhs in this question. A small adjustment like this will be given in the total income question. So from this you will have to derive your business income, show it taxable in the total income. Agricultural income don't show in the calculation of total income. That's it. Because that is exempt. Sure? Okay. Next question. Okay, in this, what would be his business income? Bloody, we have calculated his business income as well as agriculture income both. Okay, next one. Mr. Raja. Again, he is a resident. Earns income of rupees 10 lakh from sale of coffee grown and cured in India, meaning this will be 75% and 25%. So Raja's income, 75% means 7,50,000 will be his agricultural income, and 2,50,000 will be his taxable PGBP income for Raja. And then there is Mr. Sham, who is also a resident, earns income of 20 lakhs from sale of coffee grown, cured, roasted and grounded by him in India. So he will do 60-40. So 20 lakhs, 60% will be how much? 12 lakh, and 40% will be 8 lakhs. Exempt. Sorry, 8 lakh will be taxable and 12 lakhs will be exempt. Okay, no? What would be the business income chargeable to tax in India for Mr. Raja and Mr. Shah? Business income taxable will be, in the first case, it will be 2.5 lakhs. And in the second case, it will be 8 lakhs. That's it. Sure? Paka? Now wait. Now here comes the last part of this chapter. We are doing this and the chapter will be over. Okay? Pay attention. See, I am telling you, I am explaining the partial integration concept. Concept of partial integration. So under this concept now, first of all we'll have to check that if the following three conditions are fulfilled now, then only this concept will be applicable. So first I'll be telling you the conditions. Once these three conditions are fulfilled, then the concept will be applicable. Now what is to be done in this concept, that I'm going to tell you later. Okay, first one. First condition is the assessee must be a person to whom slab rates, whether normal or 115 BSc, will not make any difference, but slab rates are applicable on his total income, normal total income. So on your normal total income, what rates of tax are applicable to you? Oh, slab rates are applicable. Meaning the assessee is not a company. Assessee is not a firm, because for companies, for firms, slab rates are not applicable. On their normal total income, they pay tax at flat rate of 30% or 40%, as the case may be. If the company is a foreign company, 40%, no. Now that is also changed. It is 35%. Domestic company then 30%, but sometimes it is 25% also. Partnership firms 30%, flat, no basic exemption limit, entire total income taxable at flat rate. So such type of assessees, for such type of assessees, this concept is not applicable. It is applicable only for those assessees whose tax rates increase. With increase in their income, their tax rates also increase. So those are slab rates only, which increase over a period of, which increase with an increase in income. Yes or no? So what assessees will be basically covered? Can you name them? Individual, HUFs, AOP and BOI, and AJPs. Yes or no? These are the persons to whom slab rates are applicable. Meaning only these assessees, for these assessees, whenever you will calculate the tax liability now for these assessees, you will apply the partial integration concept. But that concept will not be applicable just because you are this type of assessee. No, two more conditions are there. Second condition is the total income of the assessee should also be more than his basic exemption limit. Do you know what is the basic exemption limit? 2,50,000. If you are a senior citizen, it is 3 lakhs. If you are a super senior citizen, it is 5 lakhs. That when you follow normal regime, but if you follow 115 BSc, the tax rates are different. Basic exemption limit is different. See, I'll tell you what is the tax rate in 115 BSc. You will get a basic idea. Okay. First 3 lakhs, no tax. 3 lakhs to 7 lakhs, it is 5%. 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs, it is 10%. First 3, no tax. 3 to 7, 10%. 5%. Then 7 to 10, it is 10%. 10 lakh to 12 lakh, it is 15%. 12 lakh to 15 lakhs, it is 20%. and any total income over and above 15 lakhs, 30%. No 25% slab, huh? Remember. Directly from 20, it will jump to 30%. Now, these tax rates are 115 BSE tax rates. These tax rates you will apply when you don't shift out, you remain in 115 BSE. So, when you remain in 115 BSE, don't claim interest on SOP under house property. Don't claim 10 subsection 5 LTA exemption, HRA exemption 1013A. Few special allowances exemption will not be allowed. Children education allowance, children hostel expenditure, blah blah blah. Yes or no? Then don't claim entertainment allowance, deduction. Don't claim what do you call that? Professional tax. Claim standard deduction, but keep it 75,000 instead of under the PGBP head. Don't claim additional depreciation. So, ignoring these deductions and exemptions, you are supposed to calculate your total income, and out of that total income, special incomes will be taxable at special rate, but whatever balance income will remain will be taxable at normal rates. No, now it will be taxable at 115 BSE rate, which I just spoke. Sure. Now what will happen here, Basic exemption limit is 3 lakhs for all. Even if you are a senior citizen, even if you are a super senior citizen, no change. 3 lakhs for all. Individual, HUF, AOP, BY, AJP for all, it is 3 lakhs only. 3 to 7, 5%. 7 to 10, 10%. 10 to 12, 15%. 12 to 15, 20%. Above 15, it is 30%. But you'll have to calculate your total income, ignoring these exemptions, deductions, etc. Then whatever total income you calculate, special incomes will be there, separate, special tax rates. But the balance total income, normal total income will now be taxable at 115 BSE rate because you are following 115 BSE. Got it, sir? So total income should be more than basic exemption limit. If you are not following 115 BSE, then your total income should be more than 250, more than 3 lakh or more than 5 lakh as the case may be. But if you are following 115 BSE, your total income should be more than your basic exemption limit of 3 lakhs. Yes or no? Next one, your net agricultural income, which you did not show in the total income. Why you did not show, sir? Why you did not show your net agricultural income? Because it was exempt under section 10(1). And by the way, in the computation of total income, only the taxable incomes go. So definitely this net agricultural income you have not shown as a part of your total income. Yes or no? You have claimed it exempt under section 10(1). So in your total income, only the taxable incomes have been considered, and that total income is more than basic exemption limit also. But apart from that total income, taxable incomes, non-agricultural incomes, which is more than basic exemption limit, apart from that you are earning agriculture income also. And that agriculture income which you have claimed exempt is more than 5,000. 5,000 per month. Or for the full year. For the full year, it should be more than 5,000. Now tell me, any farmer, what did I say? Any farmer or any person earning agricultural income, whose agricultural income, net agricultural income, which has claimed as exempt under section 10(1), if it is more than 5,000, no, will be covered here. If apart from this agricultural income, his other incomes, meaning his non-agriculture income, meaning his total income is more than his basic exemption limit. So what the government is saying, government is telling you, if on the non-agricultural income you are liable to pay tax, because that is more than your basic exemption limit, no? If on your non-agriculture income you are liable to pay tax. Why you are liable to pay tax? Because your non-agriculture income, your total income is more than your basic exemption limit. Then the tax rate which you are going to pay on that total income, we don't want to charge that much rate of tax. We want you to shift you to the higher slab. We want you to calculate tax at 5%. If your total income is only 480, you are going to pay tax at 5%. Yes or no? But what if your total income grows a little bit and it exceeds 5 lakh? Now you are going to pay tax at a higher slab of 20%. Yes or no? So to make you pay tax on your total income at lower, no, at a higher rate, your agricultural income will also be included in the total income at the time of calculating tax on this total income. This is the concept of partial integration. We don't want you to pay tax at this lower rates. We want you to shift to higher slab rate. That will happen only if your total income increases, no? Because right now if your total income is only 4 lakh 80, hello, you are covered by 5% slab. Example I have taken 480. It can be 9 lakh 80 also. So up to 10 lakh you are into which slab? 20%. But if we include your agriculture income, might be your total income will be more than 10 lakhs. Yes or no? So rather than computing tax at 20% slabs only, you are now going to calculate tax at higher slab, 30% slabs. So in order to compel you to calculate your taxes at higher slab rates, your agricultural income will be included. It will be integrated in the total income, and now tax liability will be calculated. You are not supposed to include total income in your agriculture. Don't include, no. But at the time of calculating your tax liability, in your total income, it will be integrated so that you calculate the tax at higher slab rates. We are not telling you to pay tax on agriculture income. No need to show in the total income. But when you will calculate your tax, no, that time in your total income you show, so that your total income grows and we charge tax at a higher slab rate. We don't want to cover you in this slab only. We want to cover you in the higher slab. And in order to do that, we'll have to increase your total income, no? And how we will increase your total income? We will include agriculture income in your total income. Up to now it was only 480. The moment we included agriculture income of 1 lakh in 480, it became 580. Now see, you are not covered by 5% slab. You will be calculating tax at higher slabs. But don't worry. Whatever tax you have calculated, that tax includes tax on your agriculture income also, tax on your normal income also. Yes or no? Non-agriculture income. Out of that total tax, we will reduce the tax of agriculture income, so that you pay tax only on your non-agriculture income. 3 steps. Only 3 steps. Remember the way in which I am telling you, you are sorted. No need to apply your mind also. But did you understand the entire concept? Why this exercise is getting done, being done? Pay attention. So in this case, while computing the income tax liability, of such assessees, their net agricultural income, which was exempted by them under section 10(1), is also included in their total income. While computing the income tax liability, their net agriculture income is also included in their total income to make them pay tax at higher rates. And that is quite logical also, because if you are a farmer, you are an agriculturist, you should only earn agricultural income, no? So on agricultural income, we are exempting entire agricultural income. But apart from agriculture income, the other incomes you are earning, and those incomes are also exceeding your basic exemption limit, meaning that you are not a small farmer anymore. So you should not pay tax on your non-agriculture income only at 5%. Pay at 20%. You should not pay tax at 20%. Pay tax at 30%. We are not going to charge any tax on your agriculture income. That is for sure. We will reduce the tax of your agriculture income out of your total tax. But we will compel you to calculate taxes at higher rates. To do that, we will have to include your include agriculture income in your total income. Getting my point? So now, this is the entire concept. Now, in such cases, the income tax liability shall be computed in the following manner. Now, 3 steps I will tell you. Okay. First step. Step number 1 will give you one tax. And we will call this tax as tax 1. What we will call it? Tax 1. Okay. So, step 1 will take our total income. Beta. We take our total income, whatever total income we have calculated, whether we have followed 115 BSE, we have not followed 115 BSE, will not make any difference. This concept is applicable everywhere, whether you are following 115 BSE or you are not following 115 BSE. So total income calculated by following 115 BSE or total income calculated without following 115 BSE, yes or no? The steps are going to be same only. Okay. Now, on this total income, whatever will be your total income, in this you have to include the net agricultural income. Net agriculture income you will include. Okay. Now, after including, you will have your total income including net agricultural income, this total amount. On this amount, no, tax liability will be calculated. Income tax liability will be calculated, and this we will call as tax 1. Will you remember this? This we will call as tax 1. Okay, sir. Now, in my step number 2, no, now please pay attention. In step number 1, what has happened? In your total income, they have included the agricultural income also. Hello. Wait. Please pay attention over here. Your total income as per 115 BSE or without 115 BSE will not make any difference. Okay. But in your total income, have you included agricultural income? Now, total income including agriculture income is there. On that, the tax is getting calculated. So, the tax which is calculated right now, according to us, it also includes the tax on your agriculture. Agriculture income tax is also calculated and included, no? The tax on the agriculture income also got calculated and got included here. So now in step number 2, we are going to calculate just the tax on your agriculture income. So that whatever tax on your agriculture income will be calculated, no, will be reduced out of this. Understanding? So whatever tax which will remain in step number 3, no, that tax will be tax on total income. That's it. Now we are not going to take the total income, directly apply what tax rates. No. If you will do it, you are gone, because all these 3 conditions are fulfilled. And once these 3 conditions are fulfilled, don't just take total income and directly apply the tax rate. Partial integration must be done. Step number 1, step number 2, and then step number 1 tax minus step number 2 tax, you will get your tax on total income. Getting my point? Pay attention. Step number 2. You will take your net agricultural income. Now on this income you are supposed to calculate the tax. But wait, for example, net agriculture income was 1 lakh. I will give you one example, you will understand. My total income was 4 lakh 80 and my net agriculture income was 1 lakh. So in my step number 1, my tax would have been calculated on 5 lakh 80. Yes or no? Out of that 2 lakh 50 will be exempt, basic exemption limit. But on the balance amount, the tax is calculated. Can I say in that balance amount, this 1 lakh was also there? So the tax got calculated on the entire 1 lakh. Entire 1 lakh rupees, the tax is calculated in step number 1. And that got included in your tax 1. Now in step number 2, you will calculate the tax only on agricultural income. You will take this like this. Calculate tax on 1 lakh. You will say nil. Why? Covered in basic exemption limit. Will you be able to calculate tax on 1 lakh? You have to calculate the tax on entire 1 lakh rupees, which got included in step number 1. In step number 1, no, 2 lakh 50,000 basic exemption limit you are not getting out of your agriculture income. That 2 lakh 50 basic exemption limit you are getting out of your 2 lakh 50 basic exemption limit you are getting from this and the balance income. That balance income and 1 lakh rupees of agriculture income, on that amount the tax is calculated. Yes or no? So the tax is calculated on the entire 1 lakh in step number 1. Now in step number 2, if we are telling you to calculate the tax on 1 lakh, you will say it is nil, sir. Why? Because entire 1 lakh is getting covered by basic exemption limit. Understanding? You are not supposed to do like that. Do one thing. Add your basic exemption limit here and now calculate tax on 350. You will be definitely be able to calculate tax on 1 lakh, because out of 350, 2 lakh 50 will be the basic exemption limit, remaining 1 lakh, on that you will calculate the tax now. But in order to calculate the tax on that 1 lakh, you will have to first include basic exemption limit and calculate the tax on this amount. Out of that, basic exemption limit will be segregated, and whatever amount remained, that is entire agriculture income on which the tax was calculated earlier. On this entire 1 lakh, the tax will be calculated now also. Getting my point? So in step number 2, instead of directly calculating, applying the tax rates on this amount, do one thing. Add your basic exemption limit also to this. Now if you will take the total, and on this total you will calculate what? Your income tax liability. That income tax liability will be exactly that amount of tax which is calculated on the entire net agriculture income. Yes or no? And that you are going to call as your tax number 2, tax 2. Now can I say tax 1 includes tax on agriculture income, tax on non-agriculture income, and tax 2 is only the tax on agriculture income. Getting my point? So from tax 1 reduce tax 2, meaning that out of your total tax, tax on agriculture income is reduced. Whatever remains, that is the tax on your total income only, no? Non-agriculture income only, no? Hello sir. So in step number 3, what are you going to do? In step number 3, you are going to calculate tax on your total income. Now this tax will be nothing but tax 1 minus tax 2. See, tax 1 is total income including agriculture income. Tax 2 is tax on only agriculture income. So out of the tax including agricultural income, if you reduce the tax only on agriculture income, what will remain? The tax on total income will only remain, no? So on your total income, now pay this tax. Now if I show you the calculations, no, you will go mad. He says, sir, if you have to reduce only, then why are we adding? Sure, no? Wait. I'll show you the calculations now. First, let's take an example. For example, your total income was 4,80,000. Okay, no? And your net agricultural income is 1 lakh. Done, sir? Now they are telling you to calculate the tax liability on your total income. Now, if you for some time forget about partial integration, are you going to pay any tax on the net agriculture income? No, you are going to pay tax on your total income only. So take your total income, which is how much? 4,80,000. Apply the tax rates. Now the tax rates can be 115 BSE rates also, it can be normal rates. But we are more comfortable with normal rates, so I will be taking normal rates only, okay? So out of this 480, first 2,50,000, will you pay any tax? No, there will be no tax. Then from 2,50,000 to 4,80,000 of your income, meaning that on this 2,30,000 of income, are you going to pay tax at the rate of 5%? Yes. Assuming that the assessee is an individual, he is not a senior citizen, yes or no? Or a super senior citizen. So for him the rate will be 2,50,000 up to 250, no tax. 250 to 5 lakh, it is 5%, but he is not going till 5 lakhs. He is covered in the second slab only. In the second slab only he is going to pay tax. And that too also on 2,30,000, which is getting covered in the second slab, he is going to pay 5%. How much is that? Come on. It can be 11,500, no? 11,500. If I am not wrong, please check. 11,500. Nil plus 11,500. 2,30,000 into 5%. Yes, 11,500. If you add both of them, what you will say, sir? Sir, tax on my total income is 11,500. Tax on TI is 11,500. And sir, you know, since my total income is also less than basic exemption, less than 5 lakh, and I am a resident individual, no, so I will be taking a rebate also from here. Rebate under section 87A. How much rebate, sir? Either the entire tax or 12,500, whichever is lower. So entire tax I will be taking as rebate, sir. So what remains? Tell me. After this, nil remains. Tax after rebate is nil. 4% of nil will be nil. Final tax liability will be nil. You know the details which I told, no? These are the details of Mr. Ram. Okay. Ram, who is an individual, not following 115 BSE, okay, is having a total income of more than basic exemption limit, net agriculture income of more than 5,000. For him, the partial integration should happen. You have not done partial integration, you have calculated the tax. Simply like this. But in his case, can we do partial integration? Yes, we have to do partial integration. So instead of calculating his tax liability normally without partial integration, can I say this is without partial integration? This is without partial integration we have calculated. Now let's see what effect it has if it is with partial integration. Yes or no? So in partial integration, what we do? We take the total income 4,80,000. Now in the step 1, we'll add net agriculture income also. It will be 5,80,000. Now see, can you see the difference? Now instead of just calculating tax on 480, now you are going to calculate tax on 580. Now you will be calculating first slab no tax, second slab full 5%, and then third slab also you will calculate some tax at 20%. So automatically you are from slab number 2, you are thrown to slab number 3 now. Now here what will happen? On this 580, if you will calculate tax, on the first 2,50,000, you are not going to pay any tax. It will be nil. Then 2,50,000 to 5 lakh. On this 2,50,000. Sir, wait. Sir, please pay attention. 5 lakh to 5 lakh 80. Don't write anything. Don't write anything. Please pay attention here. This 80,000. This will be at the rate of 20%. Yes or no? On this I am going to calculate what? 16,000 rupees of tax. And now the first slab. Can you see first slab was only 230 over here? Now in this first slab is how much? 250, meaning 20,000 increased. From where that 20,000 came? When you included 1 lakh rupees of agriculture income, no, out of that 1 lakh rupees of agriculture income, 20,000 was covered in this slab. And the remaining 80,000 was covered in the next slab. So on that entire 1 lakh rupees, the tax is calculated. On 20,000, the tax is calculated at 5%. And on the 80,000, the tax is calculated at what? 20%. 16,000. And on 20,000, 5% is calculated 1,000. Hello? 1,000, 16,000, total 17,000 tax will be increased in your existing 11,500. So now your tax liability will not be 11,500. It will also include 17,000 tax on that 1 lakh rupees, which we included. Getting my point? So what will happen now? 11,500 plus this 17,000 will give you 28,500. See, no, nil plus here, what will be 5%? It will be 12,500. 12,500 plus 16,000 plus nil will give you how much? This will give you 28,500. Sir, my tax here was only 11,500. Can you see? Only 11,500. But here, automatically it became 28,500. Meaning in my 11,500 tax, 17,000 tax got included. And that 17,000 rupees tax was calculated on the 1 lakh rupees of income, which I included, which was agriculture income. But on that entire 1 lakh, 20% was not charged. Out of that 1 lakh, 20,000 got covered to fill the slab number 1. And the balance 80,000 came into slab number 2. 20%. Now on the entire 1 lakh, the total tax calculated is 17,000, which got included here in 11,500. So my tax liability became 28,500. Yes or no? Now in step number 2, what you will do? Will you take your net agriculture income? Yes, sir. Will you add your basic exemption limit? Yes, sir. How much is your total amount? 3,50,000, sir. Now calculate tax on this 350. This was your step number 1. Now we are doing step number 2. Now if I calculate tax on 350, can I say on the first 2,50,000 I am not going to pay any tax? It will be nil only. Yes or no? And now 2,50,000 to 3,50,000, meaning on this entire 1 lakh, now I will calculate tax here. And it will be only at the rate of 5%. And which will be only 5,000. Getting my point? This is your T2 and this is your T1. Now in T1, have you included tax on 1 lakh? And in T2, you have calculated tax only on 1 lakh. This is the tax on 1 lakh. Reduce it out from your tax fund. So whatever tax will remain, that is tax on only 480, no? Hello, sir. First tax was calculated on 580. Second tax is calculated on 1 lakh rupees, entire income. So out of the tax which was calculated on 5 lakh 80, you are reducing the tax which you have calculated on 1 lakh. Whatever tax remains is the tax calculated on 480 only, no? Hello, sir. Which was your total income? So do one thing. Out of 28,500, reduce 5,000. Step number 3. How much tax you are getting? Now this becomes your tax on total income and not this amount. This will be your tax on total income. Now did you realize one thing? On 1 lakh rupees, no, 17,000 tax was calculated and got included. On that same 1 lakh rupees, 5,000 only got calculated and got reduced. 17,000 included, 5,000 reduced. Net how much included? 12,000. 11,000 plus 12,000 will give you 23,500. And still this is the tax on 480 only. See how smart the government is. We are not going to take 11,500 from you. No, 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 no. Calculate your tax like this. So the 1 lakh rupees of agricultural income which they included, no, that is basically not your agriculture income. They are just increasing your income 1 lakh rupees so that on this 1 lakh rupees, at least you calculate tax at higher rates. And the 1 lakh which was your agriculture income, on that they are just calculating the tax. Indirectly, you are paying tax more. They cannot take directly tax on your agricultural income, but like this, they can compel you to pay more tax on your non-agricultural income. Indirectly, they are taking tax on your agriculture income only. Got it? And this should happen with those farmers who are just for the namesake farmers. If you are farmers, earn agriculture income only, no? Why are you earning other incomes? And if you are earning other incomes, keep them in the limit. Bloody that income is also going beyond your agriculture income, or beyond your basic exemption limit. And on that, if you are liable to pay tax, no, we will not take less tax, we are going to take more tax. We will compel you to pay tax at higher rates. And to do that, we will have to include your agriculture income in your total income so that we compel you to pay tax at higher rates. This was from very beginning. Very beginning, yes, yes. Since the time income tax has come, till that time only this is there. You must have studied also earlier, but not like this. Or somebody would not have studied only. Got it, sir? Shall I move ahead? Wait. Still, the calculation is remaining. 23,500 is your tax on total income. Will you get any rebate? Because after this, the entire process remains same. Rebate, surcharge, cess, everything remains same. Till tax on total income, the calculation will differ. Now, directly don't apply the tax rates on total income. Include agricultural income. See, here, they are telling you to calculate the final tax liability. So, final tax liability will be, your tax on total income will be calculated like this and not like this. Now, whatever tax on total income is there, on that, will there be any surcharge? No surcharge, sir. Because total income is not more than 50 lakhs. Will there be any rebate? Come on, tell me. Absolutely yes. Sir, but his total income is 580. Gone. His total income is not 580. His total income is 480. 580 is just for the sake of calculating tax 1. That is not his total income. His total income is 480, which is still less than 5 lakhs. Assessee is an individual? Yes. Is he a resident? Yes. Is his total income less than 5 lakhs? Yes. 580, no sir. No, 580 is including agriculture income for the purpose of calculating tax 1. That 580 is not his total income. It is his total income including agriculture income. What you have to see? You have to see agricultural income, total income including agriculture income, or only total income? Only total income. That should be 5 lakhs or less. So only total income is less than 5 lakh only, no, 480. Will he get any rebate? Yes. Now how much rebate he will get? Entire tax? Yes. Or 12,500, whichever is lower. Now he will get a rebate of 12,500. So now finally he is going to pay how much tax? 11,000. Last time, no, what happened? Entire tax got as a rebate. First, tax was also less. And rebate was also less. And entire tax got in the form of rebate. Government was not getting any single rupee tax from you. Now just see. Government is getting 11,000 tax from you. But 11,000 will be with 4% cess. 11,440. That is your net tax liability, gross tax liability. And just imagine if this concept does not click in the exam, you are gone. They are not going to tell you that please check partial integration also, Tangachi. Tambi, please check partial integration. They are not going to tell you. You have to remember this thing. And see, beautifully this could have been exploited in one question which we did in PGBP. Do you remember? P&L account was given. Right hand side agricultural income was given. We disallowed 10(1) exempt. Exempt, not to be taken to calculate my total income. We calculated also our total income. In that same question, if they tell you to calculate the tax liability, no, you are gone. Now in that same question, partial integration will happen. Because his total income is more than basic exemption limit. Agriculture income also is earning more than 5,000. See that question today at home. You will come to know. These type of questions we are going to solve while solving total income questions. Let it come. Right now I will not bother you too much. And when the total income questions will start, no, every single question you will feel that I should commit a suicide. Such a silly error I am making. Every single question you will be like that. 2 things you will remember, 3 things you will forget. But the things which you will forget now will be very silly. You say, oh my God, I know this, but still I am committing such kind of mistakes. You will come to know while we will be solving the total income questions. Yes or no? And very soon we are going to start. Okay. Now tell me, did you understand this entire calculation? Now if I include an advanced concept over here, I want to see whether you are able to understand or not. What was your total income? 480, no? And what was your agriculture income? 1 lakh. 480 is your agricultural income. Sorry, total income. And this includes winnings income rupees 80,000, which is taxable at the rate of 30%. Only this information. Extra information given. Last time what you did, 480 you took, you added 1 lakh. And on the entire 580, you calculated tax by applying the normal rates only, no? Now you cannot do it. Take 480, add 1 lakh, 580 is there. Hello, sir. Now in this 580, no, winnings income is there. Separate it, calculate 30% on that. And on the balance amount, you are now going to calculate what, friends? Normal rate, normal tax. Now don't apply the normal tax on the entire 580. Because that 580 will now have this 80,000 of winnings income, taxable at special rate of 30%. Now out of that 580, you will have to separate 80, calculate 30% tax. Balance 5 lakh, calculate normal tax. Special tax, normal tax, both the tax taken together, this will be your tax 1. As simple as that. Will you be able to do it? Sure, sir. Now, tax 2. You will take agriculture income of 1 lakh, basic exemption limit of 2 lakh 50, 3 lakh 50. Does this 3 lakh 50 include winnings income? Does this 3 lakh 50 includes winnings income? No, it includes only agriculture income and basic exemption limit. This does not include my winnings income. So apply the normal tax rate directly on this, which you did in step 2. Step 2 will not change. Getting my point? Step 1 will change, but step 2 will remain same. Step 1 will change. Why? Why, sir? Because now in step number 1, 4 lakh 80 is not your normal income. In that 4 lakh 80, one special income is also there. So if 480 contains a special income, and in that if you add agriculture income, now on 580, entire 580, you cannot apply the normal tax rates like this. Now 580, you will do two parts. On 80, you will apply 30% tax rate. On 5 lakh, now you will do this calculation on 5 lakhs only. Getting my point? Hello, sir. See, this can be a advanced concept in this. Otherwise, the things are very, very, very easy. Okay, sir. Shall I move ahead? Everyone? Okay. So this was your partial integration done. Entire concept done. Partial integration. One question we are going to solve on partial integration. Illustration number 12. First chapter, illustration number 12. The question says that Mr. X, a resident, has provided the following particulars of his income for the previous year 24-25. Income from salary computed. No need to do anything. They have computed salary. Take that salary as a part of your total income. Next, income from house property, that is also computed. Take that as a part of your total income. And both the incomes are taxable at normal rates. Okay. No special rates applicable. Now, agriculture income from a land in Jaipur and expenses incurred for earning agriculture income is 1,70,000. See, we always consider net agricultural income. You would have seen me, I have not written agricultural income only. I have written net agriculture income everywhere. Please pay attention. See, net agriculture income. Net agriculture income means the gross agriculture income minus expenses on agriculture. Net agriculture income will be exempt under 10(1). Yes or no? So net income will be how much? 480 minus 170. This is your net agriculture income which will be exempt under 10(1). And this amount is more than 5,000. Your total income, salary plus house property, total income is also 13,30,000, more than your basic exemption limit. And you are an individual, assessee to whom slab rates are applicable. So your tax liability will now be calculated by partially integrating agricultural income. Yes or no? So how will you do it? Please pay attention. See, if the assessee is not following 115 BAC, we will take he is not following 115 BAC, and his age is also 45 years, meaning he is a senior citizen or not a senior citizen? Not a senior citizen. For him, the basic exemption limit will be 2,50,000. Be careful here. Okay. So you will take the total income 13,30,000, and then you will take net agriculture income of 3,10,000. Done, sir? 3,10,000 only, no? Yes. And 1330. Add both of them. 16,10,000 will be there. On that, calculate tax. T1 will be how much? First 2,50,000, no tax. See, we are not following 115 BSC, so we are going to apply the normal rates. And normal rates, the basic exemption limit will be 2,50,000. Understanding? Wait 2 minutes, we'll check now. Okay. So up to 250. Agricultural expense what? 480 minus 170, it will be 3,10,000 only, no? 3,10,000 and 13,30,000 plus 3,10,000 will be 16,10,000 only, no? What have you done? No need to add agricultural expenses. Reduce the agricultural expenses, you will get net agricultural income. Net agricultural income you add in your total income, no? Step number 1. So what is your total income? Total income is this only, no? Income from salary 10,80,000 and this 2,50,000, 13,30,000. 13 lakh 30 plus 3 lakh 10. So agriculture income 480. To earn this, expenses incurred 170. If you reduce this, you will get 3 lakh 10 as net agriculture income. Got it? So 480 minus 170 will be 3 lakh 10. Correct? No. Net agriculture 310 will be exempt. And total income 1330 will be taxable. 1330 total income tax to be calculated, but I will include the agriculture income. Step number 1. Done? So 16 lakh 10. Can you calculate the tax? Normal. 2 lakh 50, no tax. 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh. 5% will be how much? 12,500. 5 lakh to 10 lakh. 5 lakh to 10 lakh. It is 20%. On 5 lakh, it will be 20%. It will be 1 lakh. And any total income over and above 10 lakh, that is 6 lakh 10,000. On that, you will calculate how much? 30%. 6 lakh 10,000 into 30%. You will get 1 lakh 83,000. 1 lakh 83 plus 1 lakh 12,500. You are going to get 295,500. Getting it? 295,500. See, I'll keep on showing also. Huh? See, 45 years, default tax regime. No, not default, normal. See, this is the normal provisions. 115 BAC. We are not following this. Okay. And see, here 13 lakh 30. Total income 13 lakh 30 and 3 lakh 10. On 1640 we are calculating the tax. Okay. So that will be, okay, this is 16 lakh 40,000. 16 lakh 40. My mistake. In totaling. This totaling my mistake. 1610, no. 1330 plus 3 lakh 10 will give you 1640. On 1640, if you will calculate tax, it will not be 295,500. It will be only 3 lakh 4,250. 3 lakh 4,500. Please calculate. On 6 lakh 40, you will calculate 30%. 30% of 6 lakh 40. 1 lakh 92 plus 1 lakh 12,500. You will get 3 lakh 4,500. This is your tax one. Okay. Now, this is your step number 1. Step number 2, what you will do? You will take net agricultural income of 3 lakh 10,000 and you will add basic exemption limit of 2 lakh 50. How much you will get? You will get 3 lakh 10 plus 2 lakh 50. 5 lakh 60 you will get, no? On this 5 lakh 60 you will calculate tax 2. So 5 lakh 3 lakh 10,000 plus 2 lakh 50,000. This 5 lakh 60. Out of that, first 2 lakh 50 no tax. Then 2 lakh 52, 5 lakh, it will be 5%, 12,500, and on 60,000 it will be 20%. So 60,000 into 20% will be 12,000. 12,000 plus 12,500, it will be 24,500 if I am not wrong. Are you getting 24,500? Now pay attention on this 24,500. Step number 3. Come on. T1 minus T2. How much you are going to get? 3,04,500 minus 24,500. You are going to get 2,80,000. Are you getting 2,80,000? This is your tax on total income. Now, there will be no surcharge, there will be no rebate. You are just supposed to add 4% to this. Okay, add 4%. Into 4%, 291,200. Check. 291,200. Done? Now please wait. If you are not following 115 BSE and your age is 45, then this is your tax liability. Because for you the basic exemption limit will be 2,50,000. But if you are not following 115 BSE, and your age is 70 years, meaning you are a senior citizen, for you the basic exemption limit will be 3 lakhs. So now the same calculation you are supposed to do, but remember, don't forget to take 3 lakh rupees as basic exemption limit. Okay, So see what I'll do. I'll copy the same thing over here. Same thing I'll copy. Okay, but I'll make few changes. What changes I'm making? I'll tell you. Wait. Please wait. See. Here now. This will remain same. This will remain same. This will remain same. But the tax liability will not remain same. Why? Because now 16,40,000 is the total income including agriculture income for a assessee whose age is how much? 70 years. Now for him the basic exemption limit under normal provisions is 3 lakhs. So up to first 3 lakhs no tax. 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. On 2 lakhs he will pay 5%, 10,000. Then on 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20% he will pay 1 lakh. And then above 10 lakh it is 6 lakh 40. On 640 he will pay 30%. So 640 into 30% will be 1 lakh 92 plus 1 lakh. But don't add 12,500 now. Now you are supposed to add 10,000. So it will be 3 lakh 2,000 only. So this tax will change. This will come 3 lakh 2,000. Now please pay attention. Here you had taken 2 lakh 50 as basic exemption limit. Do you remember? Now if he is a senior citizen, his basic exemption limit will be 3 lakh over here. So now this will be 6 lakh 10,000. On the 6 lakh 10,000 if we calculate the tax, first 3 lakhs no tax. Then 3 lakh to 5 lakhs, 5% that is 10,000. Then 5 lakh to 6 lakh 10,000. On 1 lakh 10,000 he will pay 20%. 1 lakh 10,000, 20% will be 22,000 plus 10,000. He will get 32,000 as tax. Now tax 1 minus tax 2. 3 lakh 2,000 minus 32,000. His tax will be 2 lakh 70,000 now. Are you all getting 270? Please check. 270 and 4% of that. He will get 2 lakh 80,800. Please check the final tax amount. 2 lakh 80,800. Getting it, everyone? Understanding? Now pay attention. Now the same calculation I will be doing. Same calculation, but the tax rates will be different. Because now I am going to do 115 BSc. And in 115 BSc, irrespective of your age, you are going to get basic exemption limit of 3 lakhs only. So only one calculation will be made, and that calculation will be applicable to the assessee whose age is 45 and whose age is 70. The same calculation will be applicable because under 115 BSc, different exemption limits are not there. For everyone, the exemption limit is 3 lakhs only. Hello, sir. But the tax will not be same. The tax rates are different over there. So we are supposed to apply the tax rates of 115 BSc and calculate this tax. Getting my point? So what we are going to do now? Pay attention. I am going to say that now the assessee is following 115 BAC. And now whatever his age 45 years or 70 years will not make any difference because basic exemption limit at both the places same. Hello, sir. Getting my point? Pay attention now. What I'll do here? I will take this calculation, copy, and I will change it a little bit. Copy, and I will paste it here. Okay, same calculation, same. But wait, now this tax will change. This will also change. This will also change. This will also change. See, my total income is 1330 only. Assume that the total income under 115 BSc is also same, 1330. And 3 lakh 10 is my net agriculture income. 16 lakh 40. Tax one will be what? First 3 lakhs there will be no tax. Because under 115 BSc, 3 lakhs is basic exemption limit. Yes or no? First 3 lakhs there will be no tax. Then 3 lakhs to 7 lakhs. On the 4 lakhs you are going to pay tax. So first 3 lakhs, you are not going to pay any tax, nil. First 3 lakhs, no tax. 3 lakhs to 7 lakh. On the 4 lakh, you are going to pay 5%. 5% of 4 lakhs will be? 5% of 4 lakhs will be 20,000. Yes or no? So it will be 20,000. Now, 7 lakh to 10 lakh, 3 lakh rupees. He is going to pay 10%, which will be 30,000 only. Okay. Then please pay attention. 10 lakh to 12 lakh. On this 2 lakh, he is going to pay 15%. Yes or no? Again, it will be 30,000. And now 12 lakh to 15 lakh. 12 lakh to 15 lakh. On this 3 lakh, he is going to pay 20%, which will be 60,000. Done, sir? Any total income over and above 15 lakhs? Yes, sir. He is earning 1,40,000 more over and above 15 lakhs because his total income is 1640. No. So on that 1,40,000, he will calculate what? 30%. So that will be 42,000. Can you calculate all these? 42 plus 60 plus 30 plus 30 plus 20. 1,82,000. Everyone should get this tax. 182. Okay. Now see. Now 3 lakh is the 3,10,000 is net agriculture income and 3 lakh is the basic exemption limit, which remains same here also. Yes or no? But now the tax rates are different. So the tax too I did not copy it. Okay, no? So tax rates are different. First 3 lakhs, no tax. 3 lakh to 7 lakh, no. 3 lakh to 6 lakh 10,000. On this 3 lakh 10,000, he is going to pay how much? 5%. So 3 lakh 10,000 into 5% will be 15,500. So this tax will be 15,500. Did you get this? So 15,500, 1,82,000 minus 15,500 will be 1,66,500. No surcharge, no rebate. 4% cess. 660. So 166,500 into 4% plus 173,160. This is the final tax liability. Let's check. If he is following 115 BAC, default tax regime 115 BAC, he is following. So whatever may be his age, the tax liability finally will be 173,160. Getting it? Easy question. Question was easy, but there are too many calculations. Okay, so you have to be little bit careful while doing the calculation, because somewhere the basic exemption limit is increasing, somewhere the basic exemption limit is different, somewhere the tax rates are different. So you have to be very focused that okay, you are making the calculation for 115 BSE, you have to apply the tax rates of 115 BSE only. And here there are no separate basic exemption limit for senior citizen, super senior citizen, everyone 3 lakhs. Now if you are making the calculation under 115 BSE, no, you are shifting out. So if you are shifting out and making the calculation, now you will apply the normal tax rates. Here the basic exemption limit is different for all. And tax rates are also different, slab rates are also different. Yes or no? So if you have this much consciousness, no, then this question is very easy. Got it? Sure. So this is the end of your chapter agricultural income. Done, everyone? Sure? Very good. Now you will teach everyone the agriculture income. That is for sure. You will not find it difficult. Okay. So capital gain we are going to start tomorrow. Do read the things, and have I forwarded those capital gain notes to you? You have, no? Okay. So tomorrow 4 p.m. we are meeting. We are starting with capital gains. Till then, take care. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me right now. Any doubts, then tell me.